the sausage egg on the croissant roll.
Amazing.
Nice and fluffy, the croissant.
Before. You know you can't help but flip it over and take a look. This is the crispy parm pizza, only from Papa John's.
Every superhero has an origin story. We all got our start somewhere. For us, it was the U.S. Air Force.
Good morning, Chloe. It's Tora. You ready? Bold-faced cow today. Get those boots laced. Let's go.
I've just never really done it, so it's really fun to get out here and experience something new.
Dropping in 3, 2, 1. Blast off!
Hey there, it's me. Food. Whenever you need me. I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And
I love street snowboarding because it's a way that I can express myself, and you're not capped by what is built for you. You can kind of be creative and use your own imagination to come up with something that's unique and different.
You're not hitting this man-made jump that's perfect. You're out hitting this rock that has snow on it. And you don't know if there's necessarily rocks below it. It's really just that fine line of pushing yourself as close to the edge as you can without going too far. There's a lot more to the sport than just competition. It's about going out and enjoying your snowboard with your friends and being in the woods.
Caught out first class.
Really just pure enjoyment.
The thing that's great about street snowboarding is it comes from skateboarding. And in skateboarding, what's the most important thing? Style, authenticity. It's about doing tricks that look good.
What I think is awesome about street style Dew Tour is the fact that it gets the people.
The Dew Tour here at Copper Mountain 2023. I am Todd Richards, and I'm joined in the booth right now by Chris Grenier and Jill Perkins. And you guys are going to talk a little street style women's competition here. Welcome, everybody. We're going to get this going, and the sun is setting, but that doesn't matter because we got lights and we got hot action.
Yeah, it should be an electric show here, Todd. To break down everything here, just how it's going to run. Round one's going to be a field of 12. There's going to be 3 heats. The top 2 qualify out of each heat. There will be a 10-minute jam in order. Each athlete will get 3 runs, judging based on overall impression of the best one run, scoring on a 1 to 100 basis.
Todd, I am here. We're finishing up practice with Grace Warner, who just got back from Japan like 48 hours ago. How jet lagged do you feel right now, Grace?
Pretty crazy, but I'm just I drank a Red Bull and I'm vibing with that.
So, judging by practice, the jet lag isn't showing at all. What do you think of the course right now? It's a really unique setup.
Honestly, I'm not thinking too heavy about the contest, and I'm just having such a blast on this course.
Basically a squishy baby still, and she is running on probably a diet that consists of like nerds and I don't know what other kind of great snack foods, Doritos, and she's out here just absolutely crushing, and she's going to come over here tonight because I saw some footage of her and she's no
threatening to call the police, I think, would add to it possibly. Definitely security yelling at you, maybe the cops pulling up. You have to negotiate out of the whole situation. I think that would make it a little bit more
street,
realistic, a little more street.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
All
maybe
right.
somebody gets arrested.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Patty could get arrested here and just really kick this thing. Very nice.
You know, hitting stuff regular and switch.
We got all kinds of stuff going on here. You're going to love this, Chris, as someone who likes to flip in and flip out of things. The Papa John's Flip It Award. Are you aware of that?
I am now.
All right, flip in, flip out.
So you get an award
up to
rail contest. She did an event at Woodward Park City called Dogfight and won the first place there. Started things off the switchboard slide 270 out.
Nice and clean.
Half cab tips. Dropping a beautiful front lip on the long rail. That was crispy, Todd. 50-50 front three.
Now we're talking.
Wow. That is a solid run one, Todd.
Jill, take us through these replays.
All right, we can do that. Iris Pham, 19. Again, switchboard side same way on the back foot. Coming in the second one, half cab on to the end. The long rail, we got a front lip all the way through. Squeaking the 360.
Here's the dude.
I mean, you love to see it.
It is street style, Jill.
That's right, Todd,
It's part of the name of this. Not street garbage.
Not street spin?
No, not street spin.
Starting things off with the 65.66. Not a bad run one, but got some room to improve there, Todd.
All right, we have one run in the books. We're going to head back up to the top here. Top two riders will move out of this first heat. Patty is back up, getting ready. First run, a 71. And right now, a 93.4 is the score to beat. Let's see if the Patty party can continue here today.
Neck high.
71.33 for run number 2. So Mary, are you out there? Give us a little Patty report right now.
Hey guys, I am very excited to be here with my new favorite snowboarder. It's Patty Party live in person. Patty, I couldn't see it from here, but you just did a front lip pretzel out?
Yeah, I did.
What? That's a pretty dope trick. What made you choose to do that?
I don't know. I just did it.
So this is your home mountain. How is it having all these other incredible female boarders joining you and competing?
It's great to see more great people come, and I can learn from all of these great women. And all I can think is girl power.
Heck yeah! Patty said it here first, girl power. And we might see some more podium power from you. You had an amazing earlier part of the day. What are you thinking now?
I'm thinking...
That was really nice. One thing Patty Zhao said, I just want to highlight. The girl power shout out got me fired up. That was incredible.
All right, waiting on scores here. As we see, the lights are now on as the sun is making a hasty retreat to the west. And you know what happens? The shadows start to get weird over here. So Iris, about to drop again, dropped a 90 hammer on run number 1. Oh boy.
Greased the front side lip slide on Clackamas County on rail island number 1. 50-50 front 1 on the zone 2. Half cab 50.
Casual.
And then coming into the last one, that 50-50 front 3.
Wow.
Yeah, Iris, mixing up the line too.
A corrugated tube, and then she's got the 50-50 front 3 locked in.
Another 90.
Ooh, I think 84.33, so a little bit lower on the second feature. I don't know why, because I feel like that run was better. But look at that front 3, so clean.
Either way, she's sitting in good shape with a 90 and an 84. That's a solid first 2 runs.
That is solid. Grace Warner, straight off of a jet lag from Japan, straight into a rail jam. That's nothing that I would rather not do. Here he goes. Here she goes into this right here. Oh, coming off a little bit early.
Going for that front board on the Jersey barrier feature. Ending things with a back 50 front 3. Little minor hand drag.
A couple little mistakes right there. A little hand drag on the last feature.
So we have room for improvement, but the good thing is each athlete will get 3 runs, and they will be taking
1999. What? Here we go.
Clackamas County lacing a board slide on that thing. Coming into zone 2.
Oh, gap
nice
from
front board. Coming into the Jersey barriers in zone 3. Little bit of a ping, but saved it there. And then last and final feature, nice 50-50.
Solid riding from Patty from beginning to end.
She's currently sitting in second with a 71.33. hoping to improve. Not sure if that one will or not, but she's kind of sitting on that in that bubble right now. Look at that sign, Todd.
It's getting some work today. That sign is really, you know, it's worth it. It was worth the make last night. I love the way that the clacky rail looks when they film the side view of it. There's a lot going on there.
Todd, what do you think would happen if you tried to board slide that thing?
You see my front teeth now. Just subtract those. Yeah, I rode rails with you this morning, for park rails, for the first time in a long time.
That looks better than front 50 back one.
We'll see how the judges score this one.
76. All right, Kate. She's got 2 more runs to come. And now we're going to go back up with Kalia as the next rider to drop here in Street Style. Remember, we've got 3 heats, and then we're going to whittle it down to the head-to-heads. That's where it gets real exciting.
Kalia is one of my favorite riders. Incredible style. Truly loves snowboarding. Great trick selection. A gift to our sport. Let's see what Kalia has for run 1 here at the Duke Tour at Copper Mountain. Coming into the first rail island. Starting things off with a front one 270.
Wow. Yep.
Coming out of the gate swinging right there. Locks it in with a gap to board slide. And coming into the barriers, another gap to board slide. A little speed check. Coming into the final rail island. Back 50. Solid run 1 for Kalia.
You know, when I first started snowboarding, Kalia was one of the first girls filming that I really looked up to. So it's cool. It's cool to see her. It's cool to be able to snowboard with her and be around it and watch her do stuff like this.
It's incredible. I know Jess Kimura has been a big mentor for Kalia, riding for Capita and Union. We went on a trip to Minnesota last year. She was ripping the
How's
entire
this?
time.
So clean.
So clean.
Yeah, love a good front blunt 270.
And then coming in here with that big gap out. Do you think that she landed kind of on her heels right there, and that wasn't really a speed check, so to speak?
I'd say.
Yeah, there's probably a little room for improvement just on the landing on the gap to board slide, but overall, I'd say it's a very solid run number 1. We'll see how the judges score it. Coming in at 69 flat for run 1 from Kalia.
Okay, Maria Thompson is going to round out the first round of this heat. Remember, each rider, 3 runs.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this is going to be great.
She's a mom all the way from Denmark. Starting things off with a front blunt 270. Going into a back blunt 270.
She's regular.
Beautiful front lip.
Board slide through the donkeys. That's what, you know, going sideways through that is, we haven't seen it yet, and we'd love to see it. You know, Maria's struggling with knee injuries too, so for her to put down a run like that is incredible.
Can we just talk about how gnarly it is that, well, look, I got 2 kids, and to know that mom is out here destroying this course, it's unreal to me.
Yeah, Maria
and loves it.
Also, some of the best style in the entire sport.
You can tell it's so much confidence, like standing tall on the obstacles, and as you said, board sliding through that right there.
Yeah, love to see that one.
And she's one of those riders that isn't normally doing competition. She's out in the streets filming banger video parts, and she got an 89.00 for run 1.
Yeah, Maria.
Looking good to advance on. 2 more runs. Here we go, back up to the top. As we said, Maria is now sitting in first place as we drop these guys for the 2nd run through. Egan Wint.
I'll just wait.
Now, Egan riding with a broken wrist, as you can see in the cast there. She's had a broken wrist all year, finally got it fixed after she won some money at Heavy Metal. Beautiful board slide, absolutely laced it, can't do it any cleaner than that. Nice gap to 50-50. Now she's trying to carry some speed here because she wants to go pole jam to top of the...
That was so sick.
Just attacking the course Tons and tons of speed. You love to see it.
Jill, talk about the commitment that it takes to actually hit that obstacle properly like that. Not just side scrape it, but stand up on top.
I mean, it was incredible. I watched practice last night, and Egan, I think, is like 4'2". She's the smallest one out there, other than Patty.
4'2".
She's 4'2". And watching, all of a sudden, I look over and I watch her fly to that top of that thing, and so confident, so clean. Only one I've seen do it. Only girl I've seen do it, yeah.
Yeah, and you could hear the crowd going bonkers when she landed that. The one thing to note about that is Darcy Sharp got Slaughterhouse 5 on that thing
Annihilated.
today. It is no joke. So just come in, take the heat, and just gap up to board slide. Ooh, the judges liked it, 80.33. That's going to put her in second place here for Heat 2, Todd.
Wow.
So he signed her cast.
Yeah.
She didn't.
Good to go.
We'll take it.
Yeah, whatevs. Kate Adams, maybe she charged him, I don't know.
I would.
Kate Adams dropping in for her second run through.
No slide pretzel.
Only 17 years old. Switch board slide to regular. Look at this nose slide on these two. Just confidence right there. Oozing style, leaning into that nose slide. Then going front one, switch 50.
What?
Front one on, half cab off on the final feature.
So
right
switching it up, adding a little flavor to this run, kind of, you know, you don't want to stick with the same run the whole time either. You want to give the judges, keep the judges guessing.
You know who does that all the time in half up? Danny Davis.
Yes, he does.
We love to see it. I'm liking that fleece she's wearing too. That thing's kind of swaggy. Nice nose slide pretzel to start things off. The switchboard slide to regular is clean. I love the nose slide to regular.
Is it just me or is she mocking down this course?
Sometimes, Todd, it's not what you do, but it's how you do it.
Yeah, I would want to get this over with as soon as possible. As we await the scores, judges taking their time. The longer it takes, the better your score is going to be. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I just always said that to myself. You can tell they're deliberating. They're trying to figure out where to put that run.
That would make me nervous.
Boom! Up into second place, 87 for Kate. Kalia Opal will be up next.
So, Kalia is from Iowa, which is...
It's kind of near Idaho, but I mean, where did you say? Ohio?
I think the only person I know is Blue Montgomery from Iowa as a snowboarder.
All right.
So drop it in front blunt 270. Ooh. Coming in gap 50 on feature number 2. And then just opting for the corrugated. And a beautiful front board to regular. Looking to improve that run after the bail on the first down bar.
She's got one more. She's got one more run to get it done.
And we're going to jump right into Maria Thompson coming from Denmark. She's sitting in that top spot right now.
Good to go.
Got a great attitude, loves snowboarding. Switch master. Dropping into a front blunt 270. Euro turn. I'm going to count that, Todd.
Oh, but skipping that second island of features. She's okay, though. She's sitting on that big score.
Just in cruise control for this run. 52
There we
feet of
go.
wall ride.
So Maria gets one last shot at this. Little mistake on that run, but it doesn't really matter. She's sitting on that 89 right now, and that's a large style score.
I love seeing Maria in contests. I really do.
Here we go. What happened here?
So on the front blunt 270, you can see she just kind of overcooked the turkey on the landing a little bit there and went to her toe edge. So had to opt out on feature number 2. But she's already in the top spot, so she doesn't need to really stress.
That was some smart strategy boarding instead of just throwing yourself at that steel.
All right, we're going to go back to the top of the order, but before we do, we're going to run through first place so far. We got Maria, then Kate, then Egan, and Kalia. So Egan needs to put it down to advance right now. Pressure is on.
Good to go?
She's got it in her.
All right. I just got to breathe for a second.
That's
And
right.
breathe.
Just breathe.
Don't forget.
Just breathe it out. You're at 9,000 feet.
Big fan of Egan. Drop it in. Frontside lip slide on the Clackamas County. Drop, drop, drop rail, lacing it.
There we go.
Gap to front board on the down bar. Gap board slide, and can she get back up on top of the wall? Here we go, 52 board slide. Wow, that's going to be a big score right there.
Even cleaner.
Egan, incredible job.
Egan just came through fourth quarter, down by 2, just drains it right there.
Is that baseball?
That's more of a basketball
Okay,
reference,
all right.
you know, so it was clutch. That was clutch right there. All the pressure on the line, and she showed up. I think this is going to be a big score, Tom.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that it doesn't look like she's exerting a ton of energy in her riding, but still just delivering with big power moves.
And hauling while doing it. I love that.
Dude.
Look at the belt dangle,
Wow.
too. Can we take note of the belt dangle?
I think my hand would get caught in there.
You got to respect. She's got great style. I love.
Casts are in. I mean, just get one. Fashion cast.
Yeah.
It's a good place to write your sponsors.
You know what, Todd? I might have you just break my arm so I can look like Egan, because she looks cool right now.
No problem. Just ride behind me tomorrow.
You know, some people just look right on a snowboard, and I think Egan is one of those people. That was a great run.
All right, Egan, what's the score going to be?
Come on, Egan.
It's going to be huge.
The judges are delivering.
Giant there, taking their time.
Scratching their heads. They're dotting their T's, crossing their I's.
Oh, Lord.
That's right.
Egan moves up.
87.66. That's going to put her into second place and bump Kate Adams.
Just like that, 2 move on out of each one of these heats. So it brings us to Kate Adams, who's got some work to do here if she wants to take down Egan. This is kind of a showdown, and this is only the beginning rounds of this contest.
She started off with a back lip, rail number 1, front 1, half cab off. Coming into the third island, beautiful board slide. And what she got on the down rail with the donkey, back 50, back 1. Okay, solid run for Kate. Only 17 years old, coming out of Springfield, Ohio.
You sure it's not Illinois or something?
No, it's Ohio.
I'm throwing upstate in there.
Yeah.
All right, Jill, give us the lowdown.
Front 1, half cab. Last one, back 50. Not quite making it to the end. Back 1. You know, speed's going to be your friend on that one to make it all the way through. So I don't know if it's going to be exactly what she's looking for, but we'll see.
Let's wait for scores here. Kate got bumped, currently in third. 2 people move on out of this heat, and then we have 1 more heat to go before we start into the knockout round.
The elimination is dramatic. Nail biting.
Silences, too. If we're just quiet, it seems a lot more scary. What do we got here? Judges, they are just taking their time. Do you have anything you want to talk about, Jill, in the meantime?
I was going to start singing, but then I couldn't really think of a song.
7 a.m., the usual. Never mind, we're not going there. All right, so here we go. Waiting for this score to drop. And an 87. Oh, wait, no, what is 86?
86 flat.
86
so she's going to remain in third place, Todd.
All right. So
The highlighting gets confusing. So when you missed the call on that one.
and I can barely see as it is, Jill. So
all right, Kalia dropping in for her third and final run. Front blunt 270 on rail number 1. Coming into the second rail, front 270 out, reverting back. She's going board slide on the barriers.
No fear.
Annihilating run 3.
There we go.
Back 50-50.
First front 2 we've seen.
how much off from the revert out of the landing of the front 2 are we going to see
I
here?
think that would have been 100% podium. The only thing that is really up for debate is the landing on that front 2. But you got to slap some respect on that front 270 right
You
there.
do. It is hard though. That's why I don't budge. I don't know what that looks like. But you do gotta respect that. It looked like the 2-7 out was maybe accidental.
She was still flowing though.
But she flowed. She pulled it off.
It wasn't jerky. She was flowing like the salmon of the Capistrano out there.
I'm so curious what this is going to come in at.
Yeah, I would not want to be a judge right now. Third and final.
55-33.
So you got to be clean. So Egan and Maria Thompson advance, but Maria Thompson's still going to come down this course. Maybe she can.
This is a victory lap.
This is a victory lap.
Look, it ain't over. We're still building drama here, guys.
Oh, you're right.
No victories happened yet.
Ba-bum. Ba-bum.
So it's not time for the final countdown.
No. If you're queuing that up on your phone, it's not time yet.
Okay.
Another one. Oh,
So
let's go. Switch.
Coming in, switch to the barrier feature.
Switch 50-50.
And then coming into the last rail, switch 50-50.
Nice.
Oh.
Got to give a huge shout out to Hot Coco. If you guys haven't seen her film, unbelievable display. I think she got a cover too. That switch front board on the C rail.
She got a cover
method.
Cover method.
Big
Snowboarded,
year.
produced. She did great. I mean, the spot selection, her style, everything. I mean.
All right, so the two riders that are moving on, we got Egan and Maria are moving on to the elimination round, and there they are right there. Mary, let's check in with the riders moving on out of this bracket.
Hey guys, I have both of the riders moving on with me right now, Egan Wynn and Ms. Thompson, who went first right now. Okay, so I have one question for each of you guys. First off, Egan, you're kind of become a rail jam killer this season, going from heavy metal and then grit last weekend, and then now. What's your strategy going into a rail jam like this?
Once we start doing our runs, I kind of go into survival mode. Tricks that I can land, things that I know that I'll have fun in, because if I'm not having fun, I'm not landing anything. So just trying to keep it as light as possible, because this is intimidating.
Well, it's working. I feel like the crowd is pretty stoked on your riding right now. So, yeah, pretty good. And Maria, congratulations on qualifying first into round 2. So you're a veteran of this competition, but you're also spent most of your seasons filming. How do you make the switch from filming for movies to kind of shutting out the noise and handling business here?
Yeah, that's tough. I just try to put my head down and my music and try my best. I'm not really a contest rider, so it's quite intimidating, but it's also really fun to challenge yourself and do something that's out of your comfort zone.
That's the biggest thing, right? Having a good time, going out of our comfort zone. We're going to go to commercial and then come back for the next round. Thanks, guys.
Pacifico is for those who create their own path. That's living life acres up.
Hey there, it's me. Food. Whenever you need me, I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And you're always busy.
So awesome.
But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment. Because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, Food. Sincerely, Safeway.
Check it out. Imagine how much Mountain Dew is in there.
We should probably drink these fast.
When we started Beyond the Boundaries, our hope was just to help more women feel comfortable in the park, learn new things, and just have a really good time snowboarding. All of the women that come here immediately are part of that, and I think that really enables more learning and more fun.
BT Bounds has become this big family that we've come to love, and we look forward to it every single year.
For more information on Beyond the Boundaries, you can check out our Instagram @BTBounds or our website www.btbounds.com.
You better hang on, because Papa John's just flipped pizza night on its head. Introducing the new crispy parm pizza. Just when you thought all that cheesy goodness couldn't get any better, we decided to put toasted Parmesan cheese where cheese never cheesed before, on the bottom. You know you can't help but flip it over and take a look. This is the crispy parm pizza, only from Papa John's.
QR code to access Do Tour Copper Mountain exclusive online-only styles before they're gone forever.
We are back here with the women's street style competition, reminding everyone that there is the Papa John's Flip It Award tonight. Chris, you had some children demand a backflip from you on less than desirable conditions in the snowboard park today, and you delivered.
I did. I made a bunch of 12-year-old skier kids happy. My backflip looked like a deer getting hit by a car.
I thought it looked like a horse falling out of an airplane,
yes,
but hey, whatever it takes. Jill, we've been through 2 heats now, moving into heat number 3.
Yep.
What are your thoughts so far?
Oof, this one's stacked. We got Alexis Rowland, amazing. I mean, all of them. Jalen, one of my favorite. Madison, and Sophie. Like, I'm excited. I think this is going to be actually.
This is the heat.
This is the heat. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're going to see some crazy things.
Okay, so Anne is going to start things off right now. Coming out of Belgium.
All right, drop it in with the front lip.
Not a lot of snow in Belgium, Chris. A lot of dry sloping.
Yeah, I think they got the indoor dome.
Ooh.
That's goes down on run 1, but the good thing is they got a couple more. They got a couple more.
Best of 3 attempts. And also, too, the riders that are in that 3rd heat, they've just been standing around in the cold for a while.
A lot of overthinking going on.
Yeah.
You know, the key is, I think, is to go hollow head.
Yeah?
You just want to not think. Now, one of my favorite riders on course right here, we got Jalen Hansen. She's big in the style department. Style being making things look easy and natural.
16, high school, killing it. Also been going on all the rail jams, doing a fantastic job.
I saw her in practice ripping. She started things off with the front board pretzel.
What?
Every time.
The confidence on that. Switch lip slide to regular, going back to regular stance, and then the 50-50 nose slide to regular, keeping it stock.
Quick feet.
Johnny quick feet. And then the 50-50 back one.
That was probably the most technical run that we've seen so far here this evening.
Yeah, it almost looks like she took some Tylenol PM because she's a little sleepy out there. She's got that sleepy style. And the front board pretzel, this is probably one of the most well-executed technical tricks we've seen to bring that pretzel 270 back around like that. Takes a lot of board control.
That would snap my waist in half at this
yeah.
age.
Yes.
It's a backbender for sure.
Yeah, Todd, you would need to go to the chiropractor after that.
Right.
That's a fact.
Maybe the morgue. I don't know.
Yes. All right, let's see what the judges score this one. 84.66, solid first run. And if I was allegedly gambling, I may have her in my top 3.
Madison Blackley is up next.
Madison, absolute ripper. She can ride it all from big mountain to rails.
Switchboard side, back to regular. Second pad lip slide squared up.
Very well executed.
Perfect amount of speed.
Tail press, we haven't seen that yet. Tail press on the barriers.
Love a good press. Back 50.
Back 1.
80.
Control all the way down.
Day. That is a solid run 1 for Madison. It's cool because you see Madison competing at things like Corbett's Couloir, jumping off of cliffs into powder, and then she can come ride the steel. You know, she's kind of an all-terrain vehicle out there.
I like one spending time filming video parts. I think so for her to schedule this in and kind of show up is really cool to watch.
It's cool too. Like, you know, Madison's 33, and then we have, you know, Patty is 11. So we have like all the age groups covered.
What are we going to get for a score here, Madison Blackley?
73.
Yep.
That'll put her in second place for Heat 3 here.
Remember, it's not about trying to get the highest score here. You're just trying to move on out of these brackets. Next up is Alexis.
Hey, Alexis Hernandez rolling up in this bitch.
Is that a pre-claim? It's kind of a pre-claim.
She's about to throw down. Honestly, one of my favorite to watch. Her energy is, like you'd say, Chris, electric. I mean, here we go.
She is a rail assassin.
Coming in switch.
Switch back.
Ooh, scary.
One of the more technical, underrated moves. Front one, 270. Recovers and just puts it down. Beautiful nose slide on the third rail. And then a back 50 front three. Almost going Todio on that, but hangs on. I gotta say the switchback 50 at the top on the first rail is an extremely technical move. So she's looking to improve that for run 2. But let's take a look at this bottom rail here. Comes in back 50. Jill, what happens?
Little early.
Oh, that
catches the edge on the
terrifying.
Flat. A little scary, yeah. But you know, the recovery was immaculate. I don't know if I would have even. I would have given up. I would have given up.
Alexis coming from the Midwest, another steel technician, rope toe master.
I do want to say though, the fast-paced front board same way. Okay, and Sophie coming in. Was incredible.
You can continue your thought, Jill.
Oh, okay. I'm new to this.
Front lip to fakie. Jill, you're doing great. Was that switchback lip? Is
No,
she regular? No,
she's regular.
Okay.
Easy, Richard.
Switch board slide.
This.
She is goofy. So that was a 50-50 front one. Had it backwards. Sorry, folks. Yeah. Solid run for Anne-Sophie coming from Belgium.
Staying on the feet all the way through, too. Oh, yeah. There we go.
So that was a switch front lip
lip
at the beginning. Excuse me for butchering that, guys. And then looking for that nice backside lip slide. Well, in Belgium, there isn't really a place to snowboard, Todd, so a lot of these riders grow up riding snow domes. It's like a hockey rink.
Or they go and basically picture grabbing all the welcome mats in your neighborhood and you lay that down and you snowboard on it.
Bristleboarding.
Bristleboarding. If you want to break your thumb, go bristleboarding. I've done it before.
Run 2 coming in at 56. She's still got one more run to improve on that.
Jalen's in.
Come on.
Jalen's in first place, looking to improve on an 84.66. Starting things off front board pretzel.
Beautiful. Coming off straight, too. We love that. Switch lip.
Just dripping with style. Coming into the Jersey barriers. 50-50 nose slide pretzel.
What?
Oh, she's on fire, folks. Coming in switch. Switch 50-50, half cab off. I'm going to be biased. That's my favorite run I've seen tonight.
Yep.
Hey, and I don't know if you guys noticed it, but she sparked on the Jersey barriers, too.
Oh, there were sparks flying.
Oh, there were sparks flying.
They start a forest fire out there, Todd, if you're not careful. This front board pretzel was textbook.
When you land like that, you come off straight, you don't see snow. That's how you want to do it.
Ninja.
That's when you're filming for a video part, you want it to look like that. That's perfect.
Quick feet, that whip too. Oh, I wish I could do that.
Also, when we're talking about style, look at her hands. They're below the waist at all times, hands in the pockets. Looking like she's just on a neighborhood cruise. Maybe took a little Tylenol PM. Feeling sleepy out there on the course.
Just ambient style. We're not going to see the sparks here because we need to see it from the other side, but it sparked. I'm claiming it.
Todd is seeing things in his old age. Allegedly, there were sparks, but
Sparkalepsy.
we might need to get him into a home.
91
get him
for
checked in.
Jalen.
A home? You need to check me into a
We
home.
might need to get him into a retirement home. He's seeing sparks out there, people.
Oh, my God. As long as I'm not talking to imaginary people, I'm good. All right, Madison Blackley is about to drop in right now.
No stranger to destroying rail jams. Switchboard slide 270.
It's hung up.
Going half cab 50. Coming into the third rail island with that front side lip slide. That's
Beautiful.
good board control. That's what we call board control right there.
I don't know if I could do this with that murder hornet just flying behind me the whole time.
Yeah. We almost had a drone incident earlier.
No, we didn't. I was just
seeing things.
No, I was seeing things. Jill, do you ride with headphones on when you're in the streets?
No, not in the streets.
No.
I will play pocket tunes. I will play music off my phone and piss everyone off.
Really?
Yeah, I don't care.
Do you wear a speaker in lift line?
Do I what?
Do you have a speaker in your backpack in lift line?
No. I'm thinking about taping one to my board, though.
That'd be a good
I've been
thing to
seeing
do.
that. I like it.
That's right. Alexis Hernandez is up now for her second run through.
Yeah, Madison's still sitting in second place, but Alexis could easily take anybody out to the top spot. She is a rail technician coming from the Midwest, known for annihilating steel. Starting things off switch with a switch front board.
Wow.
Then what do we got, Jill?
Switch blunt, same way. 270 out.
Half cab.
Half cab.
50.
Yep. With speed. Oh, with the front three again.
Look how tall she stood on that landing, too.
Yeah. That was epic. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lexi. You know, and at the top, I wanted to explain something when she was the hand gestures. I'm a fan of that. I do that as well. And for the viewers, I think it's really cool. She's just playing everything in her head. So she's doing the body motion in her head before she does it because, you know, you see it, you can achieve it, Todd.
You see, I thought it was a TikTok dance I couldn't relate to, but I'm glad you filled me in.
I knew you
Thanks
would.
for filling us boomers in on
We
that.
don't need you to start trying that.
Look at the front three out, though. Check this out. Lands, no splash in the snow, stands up tall. That was insane.
She knows it.
Yeah, that's going to be a big score.
Yeah, Lexi.
93.33. You had some great switch, some regular tricks.
Yeah, the switch stuff is going to put you up.
That's our highest score of the day. Am I right with that, Todd?
Who cares? All right, back to the top of the heat here. Ann is about to drop in here. We're only trying to get 2 people out. Those scores go away after this is done, Chris, so they don't matter.
It's a good point, Todd. Maybe you do still have some wit about you in your old age. Okay, coming in, back lip on the down bar. Coming into the third rail island, the Jersey barriers, a nice nose slide to regular. Looking to finish strong on the down rail to donkey, 50-50 front one. Love a 50 front one with authority. You know, I love the line run format. You know, it's not like a rail jam where you hike up, you get one hit. You got to get into your flow.
Yeah.
You got to get 4 in a row.
Do you think that's easier to like kind of get in a flow like that, like almost like you would if you were riding a slopestyle course at a resort?
Easier, I don't know if easier is the word. I think it's different. I think rail jams, you could spend a lot of time doing like best trick, you know, and it kind of takes to the judges. And I think for this, it's really about staying on your feet throughout the whole thing and connecting tricks that look good together. And to see this format, like, I find it awesome, actually. I mean, it's different. I like seeing them snowboard.
Yeah, because it's more snowboarding.
Drop in and do a crazy trick and then walk back up, you know?
Right. So we're looking to get a bump into the 90s.
Her score came in. It does not look like it was in the 90s, so we're going to move on to Jalen Hansen dropping in. Switching it up with the nose slide pretzel instead of front board.
Wow.
Smooth.
Keeping us guessing. Switch lip to regular.
She is so good.
Swag on a Philly. 50-50 to lip. Back 50-50 front one.
That looks so casual.
Yeah. Another rope rider. Minnesota rope rider. A lot of reps.
That's a good point you say about watching them ride in a line. You get to see their true style in between rails. It's not like you hike, drop into a rail, ride for 10 feet, and then you do your hood ornament, as Todd calls it.
That's right.
You know, style could be fake. It's so easy to have fake style, and so I think, yeah, watching them in between. So calm and cool, and that's where you really get to see how the body moves.
Just like in the half pipe, you watch them in between the walls, and it's just as important, I think, as when they leave the lip. And I think it really shows a lot to how much board control you really have here.
So for their third and final, coming in at an 81.66.
Solid, though, on that 91.
Yeah. Still looking like she's in good shape, but Madison Blackley still could move on to the next round if she puts down a heater run in the 90s right now. She can do it, folks. Coming in switch. Switchboard slide 270 out for her third and final run. Go for that half cab 50. Solid first 2 rails. What do we got on this one, Jill?
Lip slide, front lip. Back 50, back 1.
Clean.
That is a solid third and final run for Madison. She laced it. She came through in the clutch. You know, a big part of this is there's a lot of pressure going, you know?
Yeah.
Especially in her position right now, you know, final run, third place.
It's a must-land situation. The switchboard 270 to the half cab 50, first 2 were pretty solid.
This is like security is already starting to walk through the parking lot, and you got to get your trick before they roll up on you.
Yeah, that's like I just saw the cops around the corner. This is your last drop. So we'll see what the judges score this. It could be 78.66. So she will not be advancing into the final round. As you can see, Alexis doing visualization. I actually don't think. I like to go hollow head.
Yeah.
You know, no thoughts. You want one brain.
Just straight blackout as soon as you go.
Easier when there's not so much up there.
Yeah, it's easy when you got 4 brain cells to do
There's
that.
the switchback 50.
Switchback 50,
Scary.
back 1.
Front port.
Almost going for the front blunt McTwist right there.
That was an extra practice run going into the next round, you know?
Front board to wet cat.
I will do that tomorrow, probably on my first run. All right, so we've got 6 people that are moving on to the next round. Stick around, come back. We're going to have these knockout heats, and that's where it gets rough. And Chris is about to lose some money to Jill. Stick around. You're watching the Detour here from Copper Mountain.
Good morning, Chloe. It's Tora. You ready? Bold face pow today. Get those boots laced. Let's go.
I've just never really done it, so it's really fun to get out here and experience something new.
Dropping in 3, 2, 1. Blast off!
Check it out. Imagine how much Mountain Dew is in there.
We should probably drink these fast.
Copper, kind of a big deal since 1972. Here's to 50 years of the best terrain. For starting small and dreaming big. Here's to challenge and growth, memories and milestones. This is where athletes are made. The Athletes Mountain since 1972. Get after it.
The sausage egg on the croissant roll. Amazing. Nice and fluffy, the croissant.
Detour is brought to you by Mountain Dew. Do the do. Safeway. Fresh foods, local flavors.
All right, we are now moving into the elimination rounds. This is where it really gets tough for one of these competitors. They will go home with a lovely gift bag full of Mountain Dew and other things.
Accoutrement, if you
Accoutrement, if you like. All right. The format is as follows. 6 athletes. Each one will get 2 runs through. 3 head-to-head matchups. 2 people enter, 1 person leaves. It's like Thunderdome for snowboarding. All right, let's take a look at how these matchups are going to be. First up will be Iris against Egan. Then we've got Maria Thompson up against Jalen Hansen, and then Alexis versus Patty. So that is the 3 heats.
Wow.
Wow is right, Jill.
It's like an all-star game out there.
It really is an all-star game. And before we move on to the action, we are going to give a big shout-out to Mizu. Do you know who UC Oxenden is? Well, if you've watched snowboarding and you want to see someone absolutely destroy the contest scene and the backcountry, UC Oxenden was a snowboarder for Britain Snowboards, and he went on to create Mizu. Mizu means water in Japanese, Jill, and is the official what do we call it? What's the official's drinkware of Detour?
Drinkware would be the right word.
I've got so many Mizu bottles around my house. Thank you, UC.
He's swimming in Mizu.
He's swimming in Mizu. You always want to, you you have one of these out there, and you don't have to use a disposable container. So thank you, Mizu. All right, we're going to move right into the action. Let's party, guys.
It's going to be a heavy contest, the best of the best, style gods on course. I'm excited. The head-to-head battles, it makes for some good drama.
See, this is quick bets. You guys can do some quick bets here. You don't have to play the long game. You can do quick bets. If you guys are betting at home, that's on you, not on us at all. We have no influence on what happens to you and your wallet.
Yeah, it's just clean fun, Todd, you know?
Sure it is, until someone's out of money. All right, so we're going to get this thing going. What do you think the riders, are they in each other's faces right now? Are they getting in each other's heads?
I would be doing psychological warfare if
Oh,
it
yeah.
was me, Todd. I'd be like, your pants are looking a little weird.
right.
Give them a kick crisis
Yeah.
right before. What do you think about that?
I mean,
Jill?
that would send me over the edge. I would
Jill,
not be good after that.
You seem like it'd be really easy to get in your head in the start gate.
Alexis Rowland got in my head at the last contest. She showed up 30 minutes late.
She's like, you're going to wear
drinking
that?
tea, and then she said, am I in your head yet? And she beat me.
Obviously, just rattled
That was-
you from the
that's all it
start.
took.
All right, Iris is going to be up first, showing some great style in the beginning round.
She's 19 years old, coming out of Bozeman, Montana. Not too many jibbers from Bozeman.
Andrew
more of a-
Crawford.
Oh, yeah, more of a big mountain town, Todd. Yeah, what do you think she's got in the headphones? Rap?
I think it's rap.
Yeah. Young Thug. Maybe it's, it could be,
Could be reggae,
classical.
honestly.
It could be like some Mozart, the way she's riding. Oh, looks like rap. It looks like rap. The head knocking. Number 33, shout out to Larry Bird.
It's a good number.
Remember, 2 runs through knockout format. Someone is going home with tears streaming down their face. Maybe not, I don't know.
Switch blunt 270. Did you see that?
So sick.
Wow.
Oh, missing an
Half
obstacle.
250. All right, coming into the big down bar, looking for that front lip.
So based on her missing the full obstacle, is this is basically a throwaway?
Yeah, that's a throwaway, especially front 3. But I will say the switch blunt 270, if you look at the body mechanics
Beautiful.
of that, she was loaded up. She was looking for it, and her style, she was leaning into it. She was confident. This is a switch blunt 270 that you dream about doing right here. She just kind of went for her speed check, and it looks like she bobbled on some of those ruts there before Rail Island number 2, but still managed to put together a solid rest of her run there, Jill.
You know, those things come up, the different tiers come up quick. You're going fast out there. So.
Life comes at you fast,
It
Jill.
does, it does.
All right,
Egan
coming
Wynn.
from Denver, Colorado. Egan Wynn riding for Volcom, riding for Dinosaurs Will Die.
Yes, you are.
Always looks like she's having fun out there.
Egan, 34.
Shows in her style. Can she put it down? Take us through this one, Jill.
Front forward on the down bar with the stairs coming in. Gap nose press. Haven't seen that yet.
Love a good press.
I do too. Board slide to 50.
Wow.
That was impressive. To the end. And then we got a front board on the last one. You know, the electrical box to corrugated is just a dicey thing, you know? It's kind of hard to lock in on the corrugated. It's a little noisy, rumbly. Todd, you would hate it.
I wouldn't like it at
Yeah.
all. And she unlocked a full new zone there.
And putting down a run.
If she was playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater, you might say spot owned after this board slide to 50-50 right here.
I love that.
That looked clean.
No tap.
That is a hood ornament. That is a hood ornament personified.
Yeah, the board slide to 50 was really something to write home about. No regard for safety on that, throwing all safety out the window. And I think that one, she's probably got a better run than Iris for run 1, the head-to-head format, but I'm also not a judge. So
They get one more run through this to see who is going to move on.
looks like we're going to be getting into Heat 2, which is Maria Thompson and Jalen, I believe. But I'm also not sure, Todd.
That's all right.
You know, you guys sit in these booths. Is it always as hot? Is it the light? What? I'm hot. It's hot.
Well, it's because you're excited, Jill.
I'm
this action
beyond thrilled.
heats you up in here.
Makes the blood boil.
It does. It does.
All on the line.
Look at all the fans out there. You guys out there coming out in the cold weather to watch the snowboarding, make some noise. It's really fun to see all the fans come out and support snowboarding.
Why don't you just turn to the person next to you and just give him a great big hug? I don't know. I'm just trying to promote love here.
Sounds
at
like you're
Copper.
just making things awkward in the crowd. Really, is all you're doing.
I've completely blown it for a lot of people right now.
Maybe
No one hugged.
We do got to get him checked into a home. We weren't sure.
That's right. Well, hey, we're back. Something must have happened that they're coming to us. We're waiting for them to get back. Okay. Just hearing that come through.
Yes.
I hope they're not making them hike.
No, they got snowmobile toes, Todd. They do.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
So right now, there's only 2 runs in Heat 2. So
All right.
that's going to be, you're going to have to be clutch.
We're going to take a look back at what happened in the women's halfpipe today as we wait for them to get back to the top of the start. And we saw some absolute decimation of the halfpipe today. And, we were saying it on the broadcast, Mary and I. Chloe Kim was kind of sitting on top for a long time without much competition, but I think that era is over.
Do you think that will pull her back out and want to come back into competition?
I think she's a competitive person. I think she's kind of like Shaun White. She doesn't like anyone kind of stepping to the throne. Okay, we're back up to the top again.
Iris, we got some dog barking going on up there. Love that.
Iris Pham and Egan, they're great friends, so it's cool to see them going head-to-head right here.
2 women that are great gifts to snowboarding, pushing things in the right direction, of doing difficult tricks and making them look good. Let's see, start things off the switch blunt to regular on rail number 1.
I beg your pardon, did you say doing?
Board slide to regular. That was a really bad joke, Todd.
I know.
I still want to be your friend despite that joke.
That's right.
And then coming in 50-50 front 3 on the final down bar.
So completed run right there. That was great. I'm still trying to recover from the disc midway through the run. But that was a great run. She didn't miss any obstacles that time.
Yeah, it's clean. I think she was looking for the switchboard 270 on that first one. So
I just love how she gets that right under her switchback foot.
Lace the front board, front lip.
Coming up a little early.
The long down bar is interesting too because it would be so much easier if it was a little steeper. You got to lock right into that thing.
Yeah, you got to take some speed and be confident.
Yeah.
All right, we got Egan Wint strapping in, coming off of a $10,000 win over in Detroit, Michigan. And then she also competed in the Grit, which, did you win, Jill?
I ended up winning that. Yeah.
How much you win?
10 grand.
Nicely done.
Straight to medical bills.
Yeah?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Plus some.
Did you buy anything stupid?
Yeah.
No, I didn't have the time.
I hate that. You gotta buy something dumb with your
That's
winning.
like 4 Advil at the hospital.
You know what I hate is like responsible people when they win money.
No, I like to
One
blow
of my
it.
least favorite things.
That's right.
Yeah. Speaking of winning money,
I just throw it into the crowd.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Because you got it like
you
that?
get 10 grand, you just throw it into the
I'm
crowd.
coming to wherever you're doing things.
Oh, that ain't happening anymore at the old folks' home. Here we go. Egan Wint about to drop in now.
She's slowing down, taking some deep breaths.
She can hear you. You're like getting in her head while she's riding.
No, she's clutch. Dropping into Clackamas County.
Oh, I
Yep.
love that.
Beautiful board slide to start things off. Nice.
Front board.
She's doing them textbook, turn 90.
She's going Mach Louie down this course.
Yeah, she's going Mach Vito on that thing.
Oh!
Front board, pretzel. Wow.
Yeah, Egan.
She's jacked up. Egan is jacked up. That's got to feel good. All that pressure. Run 2 of 2. And she put it down.
Her coach, Katie Kennedy, I could hear her from the booth.
Oh,
yelling.
Coach Katie.
Oh, Coach Katie. Katie's now a coach.
She's a talent manager.
Maybe talent manager.
One of the highest paid coaches in the game, I've heard, actually.
What do you think Katie said at the top of that run, Jill?
You're an animal and you got this.
All right.
Okay, here we go. One person will move on. Who's it going to be? We haven't seen any scores. Dreams are about to be crushed. Maybe. I don't know. Does that sound a little harsh?
They're supportive of each other out there. Chris, come on.
That's not what we want to see. We want to see riders trying to murder each other.
All right.
Here we go. What is it? Who's moving on? Egan Wint will move on to the next round.
Great display by both the ladies.
Yeah, that was really great riding.
2 women that just plain make snowboarding look good. And that's our first finalist. Egan Wint will be moving on, and there'll only be 3 finalists because we got 3 heats right here. So Egan Wint is guaranteed a podium.
Look at you, math professor.
Yeah, Chris doesn't really like the standings now with our
he's
bets
not
going.
doing very well on the
He's not
bets.
doing so well.
Allegedly, we should say, for legal purposes.
Maria Thompson will be the first to go in this matchup.
Dropping in regular stance, going for that front blunt 270.
Unlock every time.
Lacing it on down bar number 1.
There we
Back
go.
blunt 270 on down bar number 2. Coming into the Jersey barrier feature, front lip. Laces it on the last down bar. Back 50. A little bit early off, but not a bad run.
She gets 2. She gets 2 runs to get it done.
Kind of laced 3 out of the 4 rail islands right there. And it's so good to see these women who aren't known for competing. They're known for dropping hammers in the streets, dropping hammers in the park.
Which I'd argue is it's tougher. There's more pressure to get stuff at a video part with basically there's a time limit on the obstacles that you guys are shoveling.
The difference is that in the streets you might have 200 tries, and in this you got 2 tries to put it down. So you gotta have a competitor's mindset.
It's different. Very much. Oh, up against Jalen.
Jalen coming out of Minnesota, only 16 years old. Some of the best style in the game. About to put it down. Here we go. Starting things off the front board pretzel on rail number 1. I think that's my favorite trick I've seen so far in this heat. 50-50 to board slide pretzel.
Oh! Washes out. She gets another shot at it though. So 2 mistakes by both of these riders in this first run. So
anyone's game now.
Yeah, still wide open. And this is a great format where they both go back up to the top and get to reset and do their second and final.
And the decisions that they're about to make, because neither of them put down a run, it's going to be interesting to see, like, are they going to play it safe? Or are they going to go hard? I don't know. Oh, they're walking.
Oh, they're hiking. Mary, we're going to go down to Mary Walsh right now with Egan Wint. What do you got for us, Mary?
Hey guys, I'm here with Egan Wint, who just advanced into finals. Congratulations. Okay, so I just saw Maria walking by and you were just stoking her out. What's the vibe? You guys seem like you're all just raising each other up right now.
The vibe is incredible. Up at the top, we have a tent where we have our own little TV and we're all screaming and you can hear when you're about to drop in. It's really cool. And it's fun to snowboard with your homies, and this is a whole new level.
I love it. So, okay, going into finals, it's a head-to-head with 3 people. Can you give us a leak on your strategy? That's an okay answer also.
I am going to do the things that I want to do on this course because it's probably the last laps I'm going to take on it. So have fun while I can, I guess.
I dig that. That's why we love you. That's Egan. We're going to watch her in finals. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mare. Yeah, this is really cool. And what's your saying? Gas up your friends, Jill?
Yeah, gas up your friends. I didn't make it up, but I liked it and I kind of adopted it. And Egan, at the last contest had a sign that says, like, all my homies. She's just there for the people and she's killing it and it's well received. And in turn, she's doing great.
Yeah, and if you can carry that into your runs and all you want to do is have fun out there with people, yeah, there is money on the line, but it's more important. Like, this is progression that's happening in real time. Maria Thompson about to take her second run through. Remember, both riders had problems on run number 1, so this is a clean slate.
All right, dropping in front blunt 270, lacing. Down bar number 1, coming in down bar number 2, back blunt just going to switch, coming in switch. 50-50. Oh, she goes down. Shoot. On her second and final run. So, it all comes down to this. We got Jalen Hansen on deck. I love the head-to-head showdown.
Ouch. Looks like that probably was fairly painful. The snow is not getting any softer.
Front blunt 270 was money. The board slide to switch was money.
In control. I like when they come off the switch in control.
Just another great stylish rider. Again, check out Hot Cocoa, her new project. So it looks like she just came on switch 50 and overcooked it, kind of overshot it a little bit past her middle of her board and went over to her heel edge and slipped out. So Jalen coming into her second and final run. Here we go, coming in with a board slide pretzel. Nose slide pretzel on rail number 1.
So her strategy now has to be just stay on her feet all the way through.
Going through. 50-50 front lip, keeping it smooth. Back 50.
There it is.
Back. Oh, she got greedy. But she did get three of the 4 she laced. So not sure how the judges are going to score this. They got their hands cut. They got their work cut out for them. But, man, what a nail biter.
Yeah, I kind of feel like she's got the advantage just from the super clean pretzel up top.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was a really pro nose slide pretzel right there. These tricks are not only technical, but they're just smooth.
Yeah.
Hands in the pockets.
And that's one of the things, like if you're a rider who makes what you're doing look like you should be doing it naturally, that is the sign of great style.
And let me tell you, some tricks and progression change, but style is forever. Now let's see what these judges picked. 2 of my favorites.
It's a bummer because we got to lose one. And this is like some of the most talented that we have here. All right, so what we got here.
Looks like Maria
Thompson is moving on.
All right.
Here we go.
Ain't over yet.
Oh, yeah, you got that.
All right, we're back up to the top here.
We're out here, bro.
Alexis rolling. Who is she going
Ya
against?
tú sabes cómo está.
Speaking some Espanol into the camera here. Getting ready. I wonder where she's got the headphones. Coming from Bloomington, Minnesota. 23 years old. Rocking the half red tape job on the helmet.
Alexis had like a really strong and really tech run earlier too.
The thing about Alexis, every trick she can do regular, she can also do switch. So she's a threat, and judges love seeing people do tricks both your regular stance and obviously your switch stance.
So the question that I have is, like, you're coming into this, do you kind of dial your first run back to you just want to get one in the bag here?
Yeah, I think that's the move. I think you want to be smooth and consistent on your first one and then let her rip on the second. Some visualization.
Here we go. Win and switch.
Switch back 50. Oh! Just what happened on the first one just kind of overshot the rail there.
But you can't give up. You got to keep trying to put stuff down, as we saw at that last matchup. If you can put together a good lower half, you never know what's going to happen with your head-to-head partner.
But 50, back 50, front 3's out every time.
Yeah, that's automatic right there. So
Alexis, unfortunately, on run number 1, a couple mistakes there, but she got another one as we head straight back up to the top for this matchup.
Patty.
My new favorite snowboarder. Patty at the top of the course, ready to let it rip. Only 11 years old. What a bright future this one has.
Starting up higher for extra speed, it seems, right? Is that what we're looking at?
What has Patty got in her bag of tricks here? Here we go. Patty gapping out.
Lacing the board slide on Clackamas County on down bar number 1. Front board pretzel. Love to see it. Switch board slide to regular. What do we got on the last one here, Jill?
Oh, going for the 50-50 front one, not quite making it around, but all in all, everything above was beautiful.
Shout out to these women coming out here just putting on a show for this crowd. It's so good to see snowboarding alive and well out here. Coming out to support the sport. 11-year-old Patty lacing a board slide on what we call Clackamas County. The front board pretzel, she didn't do that in the heat before, so she's elevating it here for the final.
So I'm going to say Patty's got the advantage now, even with this little bit of a fall, because she made it down through the course a little bit more. But now we go back up to the top and re-rack them. So Alexis heads back up to the top. I mean, do you think that this is kind of a head thing now for Alexis up top there?
Yeah, I think if she can dial it in and kind of be with herself, I think she has a good chance of coming back and making it a good contest.
I also think it's impossible to get into Patty's head because she has...
Like, if you went in there, it's kind of like just like unicorns and rainbows and stuff. You'd be like trying to work your way through like a bunch of sweet tarts and you know, Sour Patch Kids. Be a mess in there.
So the one thing that's cool here is in the final round, there's going to be 2 runs each, and it's going to be with our top 3 riders, and it's going to be based on best overall impression on one run.
I got to tell you, I like this head-to-head format. It may be kind of a dream crusher for some people, but I kind of do like it because there's a definitive move on.
You know, they're all friendly, but I like when they hate each other more. That's more fun for me. I like when there's a little more drama.
Hate league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a little more juice out there.
See, you know, we were talking a couple years ago about maybe making snowboarding more like pro wrestling.
Yes.
Everyone's got like a nickname, a costume. Maybe you would come smashing through like a big ice wall.
I like that. An opening ceremony, you drop into a backflip, they got flames shooting out of the rail.
That's what I'm talking about.
Maybe wearing a flame retardant suit, somebody comes in.
Make snowboarding like a monster truck rally.
Yes, I think that's the direction we need to go.
Wait a second. All right, there's that visualization once again. It is crucial. She's got music in. Here we go. Let's see if she can do what it takes to get through this and kind of push what happened in run number 1 aside.
All you can hear is the murder hornet coming in. Switch front board on the first
it is.
Okay.
Laces it. That's it. Switch board slide 270. Wow.
Nice.
Great fundamentals on that. Great board control. Half cab 50-50.
One more obstacle to navigate.
Come in front board to regular.
There we go. Alexis clutch. That was a lot of nerves to fire through right there.
Whatever visualization she did at the top there, Todd, it worked. It worked.
Switched through the first 2 pads. I mean, carrying speed and making it consistent.
So just watch the body mechanics on this. If she comes in switch blunt, really leans into it with a 270 out.
Yeah.
I love to see the full commitment on that.
You can see her body relax too, like as she got through the top hard ones, because she was so relaxed in those bottom 2 pads. Okay.
Well, Patty's got her work cut out for her here. She's going to have to come through clutch.
You ready?
Patty's ready.
She's ready. She's having fun.
Everyone's ready.
Drops into Clackamas County, lacing a board slide. Goofy footer.
Already sitting on a 2nd place. Oh, a little bit of a sit.
Hand touch on the front board pretzel. Switch blunt 270. Coming into the final feature switch. Half cab 50, a little early off.
Let's hear it for Patty. Already going home with a 2nd place today in the Super Pipe and a massive future for her in women's snowboarding. The next generation is here, and it is intimidating.
What a
I'm going to go ahead and say it's a fairly safe bet here to say Alexis moves on.
I'm in with that.
How you doing on your bets over there, your side bets?
I'm not doing great, personally. Jill's doing phenomenal.
Here we go.
Judges deliberating. Scores about to come in. What do we got?
That's right. Alexis moves on to the final round. Great showing from both of these ladies here this evening. Patty, we will see you at so many more of these, so awesome job.
Yeah, making it through the first round. With all these street snowboarders, too, doing this, it's cool to see.
So our finalists are going to be Alexis, Egan, and Maria Thompson.
So here are the way the heats shook out here. I mean, that was some great head-to-head battles. It's kind of a bummer because we do lose some of the most talented people in this field, but that's just the way this game is played here this evening. All right, Mary Walsh, we're going to go down to you and see what's cooking in the corral.
We are down here having a Patty party again. Patty, okay, you rode phenomenal. You're not going to finals, but there's so many more of these contests ahead, like the booth said. How do you keep stress-free up there when you're dropping in like head-to-head like that?
I I don't have any stress, the problem is.
Can you teach that to the rest of us? That's amazing. I was wondering if you could introduce us to your fan club back here real quick.
Okay. So this is Eli. He's my best friend. And this guy crawling underneath the fence is Ryan, and he was the one who made this sign.
Wow, that's amazing. You had an amazing day. We're so proud of you. Let's take it back to the booth. When we come back, it's the next head-to-head.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others. Join the fight.
Check it out. Imagine how much Mountain Dew is in there.
We should probably drink these fast.
Hey, it's me, food. I'm so much more than just what we eat. I'm hand-cut, fresh and frosted. I love it. Aw, I love you too. See, life is always something new. All messy, frantic, and amazing. And from where I sit, you look delicious. That's why every day is worth celebrating. If you can. Stay fresh. Sincerely, food. Sincerely, Safeway.
All right, we are back, and this is the final round. We have 3 riders. This is already your podium. What order they're going to be in? Well, this final round here is going to determine that. We got 3 athletes. Each one gets 2 turns through this course, and we're going to judge them here in the booth, and also the judges will judge them.
Watching, judging, look at the baby,
That's
look
right.
at the baby.
Look at the baby, look at the baby.
So our finalists are Egan, Alexis, and Maria. And it looks like we're starting with Egan Wynn.
And Egan, this is all random. The way that they drew these names to see who goes first. Egan Wynn got the luck of the draw to go first. We're going to have scores after every single run, so we're going to know where they're placing. No more mysteries, Jill.
I need the quick injection, you know? Yeah.
Respect the belt. Respect that belt dangle.
Respect
I love that
the
thing.
no gloves.
Yeah, no regard for
I mean,
safety.
it's hard to fit a glove over that cast, you know?
True.
Maybe an oven mitt, you know?
Here we go.
Egan Wynn dropping in. First run of 2. Front board on the first down bar. She is locked in. Nose press. Gotta love a good press, Jill.
The gap into it. Here we go.
Lacing the box to corrugated tube.
Up to the top.
Oh boy, here we go.
And the crowd loves the pole jam. 2-wall ride. Only competitor we've seen do that today.
Let's get this final started. Once again, each rider gets 2 runs through. Egan setting this course on fire. That's the way you start it.
Egan is the hero we don't deserve tonight. Just putting on a show for the people. You know what I love? Good fundamentals.
Yep.
That's a proper front board. Making snowboarding look good. You know, presses, they're a little more difficult than they look to get that
They're
thing
hard.
to go. To lift up your snowboard like that, they're technical.
I love this. Getting to the top of that feature.
Yeah, this is cool. 50-50 pop out, board slide, clean landing.
It's just trust, you know. She knows what she's doing, and she trusts herself. And
You know what Egan understands? Showmanship. She's a good showman out there.
Yeah.
So coming in at 75.66, very solid run one.
She's hyped.
Local girl, you guys, Colorado, in the house right now.
Riding for Volcom, riding for Dinosaurs Will Die. Dang, great list of sponsors. Now back up to the top, we got Alexis Roland, Rail Annihilator coming from the Midwest. Getting focused for her first run of 2. We're going to be judging on overall impression.
Whole thing.
All right, doing some visualization, dropping in switch. Rail island number 1, switch front board.
Straight up on top of that one as well.
Switch blunt 270.
Okay.
Just authority, confidence.
Coming off a little early on that.
50, a little outsidey on that, and then 50-50 front 3.
So clean. So what are you guys thinking here? Compare those 2 runs.
The half cab 50 was a little wonky on the...
Yep, and the 50-50 front 3 a little early. I do think the technicality of the tricks that she had above, the switch front board into the switch blunt same way, also known as switch blunt 270, may hold a higher rating up against the normal front board, but we'll see.
Yeah, these first 2 tricks, so the switch frontside board slide, just textbook, and then this one is my favorite trick of the run, the switch blunt slide, same way.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no skidding, full bolts on that landing.
You know what I love is when somebody confidently attacks the rails. And that's what Alexis was doing out there. And then you can see she's relieved when she put down that run. So solid run 1 for Alexis. See what the judges score. Here we go. Coming in at 82.33.
Looking good so far.
Yep.
All right, heading back up to the top, Maria Thompson.
Maria Thompson.
36 years old, from Denmark. Multilingual, love that. You know, her child speaks 2 languages. Little fun fact for you. She's a mom, and she is a ripper of a snowboarder. Okay, coming into the first rail island, front blunt 270.
Nice. There we go.
Starting things off strong. Board slide to regular. Coming into that third rail island, front side lip slide to regular. What do we got on this last one, Jill?
She gonna hit us with it? Okay.
Oh, coming off a little bit early.
50.
You can see the different approaches that the different riders have. Like some go fast and they just fly to the bottom of the rail. I feel like Maria goes a little bit slower and kind of locks in.
She hones in on style too, though, and that's another reason why I love her. I mean, she wants things. She's aware of the way things look. She wants them to look good.
One thing Maria does is make snowboarding look good, and that's what we want to see here. We don't want snowboarding to look whack. We don't want it to be this spin to win.
All right, Jill, be critical.
Sport.
Be critical of this run here because we're trying to place people.
Yeah.
Where is she sitting right now?
Out of the 3?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3rd right now.
Oh, really? Based on that score?
But I do believe that she's gonna hike back up there and dial it in. And
okay, this is the final run. This is going to determine the outcome here. Will there be a big switch up? Will Alexis go home with it? Not if Egan has anything to say about it.
And again, these are the 3 finalists. So everybody that we see here will get a medal. Or a trophy, I should say, top 3. We got some cool trophies in the room earlier.
She gets ready here to drop in. It's a lot of riding for these riders.
You know, the moment has finally come. And I think it's been a long weekend.
This is kind of a mom spaghetti M&M moment right now. You know what I mean? Palms are sweaty. Mom spaghetti. Can Egan put it down?
She's got this.
I feel like Egan's in the pocket right now. The flow.
I would love to see Egan come out on top. Not gonna sugarcoat that.
Or she definitely is attacking other obstacles that people are not. Could she bring a little bit more spice to that gap to wall ride?
All right, Egan, you got this. Front board. Oh, so perfect on the first rail. Going for that nose press.
Nice.
12
Good.
o'clock, boys. That thing was lifted. Gap board
boarding.
slide.
Oh! Unfortunately for Egan, goes down on the way into the transfer to wall ride, but what an incredible showing for her here this evening.
The crowd loves Egan. You can
Yeah.
hear him making some noise for him.
Some of the best darn style I've seen attack any of these obstacles.
Coach Katie. Yeah, Egan did a phenomenal job today.
Coach agent extraordinaire.
Straight back up to the top.
So she's got an 82.33 for her current standing. For her last run, looking to improve upon that.
So the way it's going to shake out now is that Alexis Rowan is sitting in the lead. Maria Thompson will have the final say to see if she goes home with the win.
I told my mom and my dad I'd wear this, so I am.
And the mic just picked that up. She said she told her mom and her dad she'd wear a mouth guard, so she's wearing one. Respect. Yeah, not only does it protect your teeth, but it can protect a brain injury too. Okay, drop it in switch. Switch back 50, back one.
Oh,
There it is.
clean.
Smooth, technical. Front blunt 270. Lexus is locked in, coming into the third feature. Backside 50-50, and what's she gonna end with?
Oh! Misses the wall ride, but man, the technicality up top, and she's still sitting on that big score.
Yeah, I think that first run is probably still gonna be her more dominant run of the two. But what a show these ladies have came out and put on tonight so far. It's been electric out here. See the front blunt 270. Effortless style. The only thing that got away from her, she kind of slipped out on her heel edge on the pole jam there. So it all comes down to Maria Thompson here for the second and final run of the night. This is the last run of the night. So if she lands this, you guys need to make some noise. This is clutch.
This is. There she goes.
The people's champion.
Here we go, Maria Thompson dropping in the final run in the women's street style.
Front blunt 270, starting things off really strong. Board slide to fakie. Coming into the third rail island switch. Front 50 to switch. Final rail. Switch front board.
Creeping style.
Switch front board. That was what she got the cover on.
I'm going to
Never
say
forget.
right now, unofficially, Alexis has taken this home this evening, but what a great showing from the ladies here. We had a knockout round that was just incredible. We lost some of the best riders here, but we set up a really great final.
Amazing job by all the ladies. Yes.
Final results are in. Alexis takes it home. Egan with second and Maria in third. Mary Walsh is with our winners.
All three's fine.
Perfect.
Dealer's choice. Dealer's choice. Whatever you feel. Let's go.
All right, Mara, you're down there with the crew. Let's hear from them.
Hey guys, I am with three of my favorite humans right now. We have Lex, Egan, and Maria. Huge congrats. Okay, the vibes were high tonight. Let's just go with the classic. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I had so much fun, and I'm glad to be done.
And Egan, another day, another podium. How was your night tonight? You're on kind of home turf here in Colorado.
Best night ever. So fun.
And Maria, I'm betting that you have a dope mom crew back in Whistler. Are they watching tonight? And maybe you want to give a little shout out to your son?
Yeah. Hi, Teo, if you're watching. He's probably not, but I'm happy to be here and congrats you two. You killed it.
Well, that was amazing. We're so excited. You guys put on a heck of a show tonight. Thanks for showing our audience what rail riding looks like. That was amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, I have one more thing from Lex to jump in.
I just wanted to say I am so impressed with the level of riding from all the ladies today. I could have never dreamed of seeing the lines that they put down. I mean, like front board, pretzel, twos, like Egan hitting the wall, insane. Like Maria, like you guys, I don't know. I just have to say I'm so proud with like the level of progression right now. So thank you.
We saw it this morning in the half pipe, and now again in the rails. The women put on a show. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Mary. And speaking of the level of progression, Jalen Hansen tonight goes home with the Papa John's Flip It Award of the evening. Let's take a look at it 3 times. This run, I mean, man, oh man, such clean riding, such stylish riding from her all evening long.
Yeah, her tricks are refined, they're dialed. That's what we like to see, is technical tricks that get boiled down to making look good.
Chris, I would say it's flippin' awesome.
I would have to agree with you there, Todd.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, what an incredible show here tonight. I have to say, I mean, of all of the women riders here tonight, I mean, Maria Thompson, like, double duty as a mom. Moms have the hardest job in the world. And to come out there and throw down in a slope style like this, or I should say a street style like this, it's incredible. So,
yep, absolutely.
All hail. That was such a great showcase of just women's riding, and, you know, the level is just going nuts.
You know what's another thing that's important is, like, we care about snowboarding. We care about what snowboarding looks like. And I just want to say thank you to these women for just making snowboarding look good. That's important in this day and age.
Huge.
Jill, did you have a favorite out there watching tonight?
Egan. I mean, Egan and Maria. Honestly, I had kind of was double dipping a little bit. Not gonna lie, but I mean, again, Jalen, Alexis, congrats, everyone, killed it. You did amazing. If I had to pick one, it'd probably be Egan.
Yeah, she was our hero with that jam to board slide on the wall ride, and then of course, you know, Alexis is just so technical. It was really fun to watch.
The whole thing was great, and just there was a lot of riding going on this evening. The ladies coming through here, hitting practice for a solid hour and a half beforehand, and then just boom, 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 hiking back up the course to get in. That they take a well-deserved dinner break this evening. If you're of age, have yourself a cocktail. I don't know.
Absolutely. And talk about the age. We had people from 11 years old to 36 years old.
That's amazing.
Rails are fun for all ages.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not just a young woman's game.
See, the problem is there is no stress, Chris. Well, that was a great event here this evening, but we're not done here this evening at Dew Tour. We've got lots more going on. We're going to take some highlights here before we move on to the medal ceremony, but like I said, we're not done here this evening. We got more stuff coming from this street style course, but let's go through some of the highlights of what went down under the lights. All right, we're going to throw down to our award presenter here. Chris Cote is down at the bottom, and we're going to give away some trophies here and some oversized novelty checks.
What up, Copper? Y'all have been partying today. That's good. Let's keep it going. All right, for our award ceremony, I want to welcome Mountain Dew Marketing Director Mina Azote. Also, Papa John's VP, Head of Brand. Let's hear it for Jacqueline Rule. Are our riders ready on the stage? Well, cheer them up there. Give them a round of applause. Get them up on that stage. That was an insane night of rail riding with more to come. And also a very special guest to get all of you moving, to get those snowshoes kicking around. It's going to be epic. You guys are ready, huh? Oh, they're ready. Front row. You're all front row tonight. You're all VIP tonight. You don't need a pass. You're all VIP. You're on the list. You're all on the Dew Tour VIP list tonight. They're not on the actual list, but a list. You're on somebody's list. I think very highly of all of you. And it looks like we're getting our riders and our trophy presenters up on the stage. Oh, the man has entered the building. Let's hear it for Mix Master Mike coming up soon. Yeah! This man loves a snow party. He's been at 1,000,000 epic snow ragers. And I promise you, this is going to be an insane show. We should get these riders crowd surfing up there. Pick them up, carry them up to the stage.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it. In third place, big copper round of applause for Maria Thompson. It's Maria. You know her. You love her. She came all the way from Denver, Colorado to get second place. Let's hear it for Egan Wynn. Denver, Colorado, represent. And your winner, Women's Snowboard Streetstyle Dew Tour 2023. Let's hear it for Alexis Hernandez Rowland. And let's not forget our Papa John's Flip It Award winner, Jalen Hansen.
Bye. I'll just be here. Huh?
One more time for these rail riding experts. That was amazing.
All right, and that is a wrap for the women's street style here, but stick around. More to come from Dew Tour this evening under the lights. We have the men's street style coming up next. Stick around. You're watching the Dew Tour from Copper Mountain 2023.
The sausage, egg on the croissant roll. Amazing. Nice and fluffy, the croissant.
Imagine how much Mountain Dew is in there.
We should probably drink these fast.
Copper, kind of a big deal since 1972. Here's to 50 years of the best terrain. The biggest competitions, the boldest athletes, the most fun. The Athletes Mountain since 1972. Get after it.
Every superhero has an origin story. We all got our start somewhere. For us, it was the U.S. Air Force.
Dew Tour is brought to you by Mountain Dew. Do the Dew. Stop at your local Circle K to snag an exclusive Mountain Dew Purple Thunder. Circle K is a proud partner of Dew Tour.
There's so much more to snowboarding than just competition. Street snowboarding
It's just a small part of snowboarding, and it's still such a big part of snowboarding. It's a lifestyle.
Spending hours with a crew of your friends working together to create something amazing, that's what I find the most rewarding.
Doesn't seem like we're gonna make it out alive. This is what we wanted, been waiting all this time, and we're far from our home.
Let's get some, Copper.
The contest kids get a lot of spotlight, but it's great to bolster the street kids and put them on a platform like Dew Tour.
It just gives people who don't have the exposure the opportunity to be in front of an audience.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's getting weird out here on the Streetstyle course.
Has all different genres, and that's what makes Dew Tour great.
This is the run we've been waiting to see.
Been riding the half pipe for a long time, and we've seen progression, taking this explosion to the next level.
There he goes, ladies and gentlemen.
1, 2, triple cork. That was huge.
People like that danger factor. It's just what drives people to watch sports. It's nuts.
Doesn't seem like we're gonna make it out alive.
Let's go!
Copper is king right now.
They take the time to make a rad park, a great pipe.
They're one of the few resorts that provides a 22-foot half pipe year-round for us to train in, compete in. I mean, without them, we'd be struggling to find half pipes.
You see tons of pros coming through here all the time, since it really is just the athlete's mountain. It's just so cool. They build stuff for the elite pros, and then geezers like myself.
It's crazy that Copper is on their 50th year. I feel so lucky every day that I get to come to one of the best parks in the world.
Copper Mountain is leading the charge on progressive, half-pipe, and park riding. There's no one else that even compares. The U.S. team partnering up with Copper Mountain is huge. Some of the camps they set up for us, that's what wins medals. Woodward's amazing.
It's a good place to come train and shred.
The barn is just such an incredible place for a young kid coming up. Whether Dew Tour is here or a regular year, it's the best resort to be at. I think I started my relationship with Mountain Dew when I was 16 or 17 years old. It was just Danny Davis at the time, and I loved that small team vibe. They started off at such a high note with really giving back to the riders, and they've kept it that way. Red's Backyard started, and the whole point of it was I really wanted to give back, and we're able to make that dream come true.
Peace Park was something cool that we got to do every year. And once we did that, it was like, let's open it to the public so everybody can enjoy visions of terrain. We've all kind of put the ideas out there, and we've gotten to execute them pretty well.
Can't go after that.
When did you start your relationship with Mountain Dew?
Man. Do they have that on there by chance?
Yeah.
What year was it?
2008.
Holy smokes. Yeah, okay, cool. I knew nothing when I got into snowboarding. All I knew is that it was fun.
Fun for me is riding with my friends and traveling around the world with those guys. Podiums are there as a memory. Video parts you can always look back on.
The one thing that I always say with Dew that's, again, just so rad is how long they've been dedicated to snowboarding and action sports.
Mountain Dew really has made me become a better human, and I feel so lucky that they've looked at me and took a chance with me.
They have helped put snowboarding where it is. It's a good family to be a part of.
Watch out, folks.
They got the trap rail.
Finding stuff to film on, especially like interesting features, is a process in itself. You get to a new city, you'll drive around just in circles looking at like nonsense architecture, really finding little gold in like just whatever people have built.
We'll catch you guys though.
If I find something that I really like a spot that I was like, wow, this is super visually appealing, or whether it be like never before done tricks, that's kind of like how I dictate whether or not I want to hit something.
You're looking for schools and parks, generally like those public places, repurposing it like a staircase, you know, it's like a snowboarder's gonna roll up and they're gonna see something totally different.
A lot of backyard sliding rails, sliding benches, going to the local golf course. Street snowboarding is great because it's good for everybody. It's not just giant mountains that's $250 for a lift ticket. You can literally walk to your local hill and find a rail to slide down and do it for free.
The toughie shovel is number one. You gotta have the toughie. Dropping rain. People kind of go DIY on these things and building. You can also have a winch. People are going wild.
You have to be creative and like manipulate the spot to how you can ride it the best.
Everyone has their own way of looking at things, and it's fun kind of just seeing what you can come up with. Buddy, are you gonna be good? This is my boy Tater. Oh, he's a little squirmy. He's like Pug 2.0. 1.0 right here. Here's the OG edition. Hi, Zia. This is Grandma Pug. She's very sweet. Yo, what's up? My name is Brandon Davis. We're here in Big Bear. I'm a professional snowboarder. Show you guys around for the day and yeah, see what I get up to. So yeah, I started snowboarding here when I was 5. Big Bear's just always been home to me, you know. It's not necessarily like the biggest mountains that you can get. Being a pro snowboarder, like from SoCal, is kind of weird, but you get a lot of like, almost like summertime boarding year round, like warm temperatures, the park's always on point, good vibes, a bunch of people up here, just nothing too serious, you know. Always just go on a t-shirt or sweatshirt and you're like good 90% of the time, so good place to call home. Yeah, I think there's a street style, maybe a team challenge one up there. No slopestyle trophies, but yeah, here's my Do Tour trophies, hiding away at the top of the kitchen where no one really sees them, but we know that they're there, so we feel good about it. Yeah, we got some old boards in the shed. Dude, I think something died in the top of my shed though. A couple days ago, my brother wanted me to send him some stuff out, and because he's in the army out in Germany. I went up there and I think a rat died up there or something. It smells so bad. And that's where the boards are, so. I didn't want to deal with it, so we're gonna figure it out now. So yeah, I got a bunch of boards here. Got a couple of Gimbal God boards here. But up here, I got a couple. I'm trying to get more old snowboards. A couple old. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with them, but I like having them. Something for the wall, you know? Once I figure out where to put them, I'm gonna put them there. I don't know, all these boards have great memories. They all look a little sad because I've had so many memories. This was back when I was a youngster, back when they did the Volcom PBRJ, like a Rail Jam series. I won this thing. This one's from 2011. Pretty mint looking piece. All right, so yeah, we're gonna head out now, get over to Dank Donuts, have a little bit of breakfast, maybe grab a donut or two for a little snack while we're boarding, but yeah, then we're headed up to Bear. Beautiful day, get a little sunshine boarding in. Here we are, Dank Donuts, stop number 1 before we head up to Bear. Gonna grab a little bit of breakfast. It's pretty much the best spot in Big Bear if you're just cruising. It's right on the way to Bear, so got some delicious burritos and donuts. Good, how you doing?
I have some breakfast burritos in the back of the house.
Perfect, yeah, I'll take a breakfast burrito, please. Yeah, my homie Robert Toast made a donut shop up here in Big Bear, and it's the #1 hit. They sell dank donuts, dank burritos, dank coffee, dank beanies, dank everything, really. The community up at Bear is pretty all-time, you know. We got a pretty big group of boarders. It's awesome because like I never have to call anybody and I just roll up there 9:30. Pretty much always see somebody in the parking lot, if not everybody, like all 10 dudes just hanging there getting ready to go for the day, and then get to meet up, just go board with a bunch of good dudes like Lenny Mazzotti, Drayden Gardner, Dusty Hendrickson's from here, Dad Cam, I don't know, the list goes on, but everyone's a really good boarder, everyone has a great attitude, and it's fun to go out there and kind of just ride with other people that want to do tricks and push you, and we just go out there and we have a blast. All right, we're looking good, not too many people. We're on.
Whoa.
Gotta keep the boys fed, you know. Keeping the park dialed, like to hook them up. A little bit of drink. Yeah, I would love to see more street style contests. There's so many good rail riders out there nowadays, and so many kids that are just stuck at mountains, you know, like riding rope tows all the time and just constantly doing that type of snowboarding, that I think there would be almost a bigger audience of people who appreciate it rather than like the select few people who are able to get into a 22-foot half pipe or hit proper 65, 75-foot jumps. You know, most local mountains only provide rails, and kids kind of just tend to migrate there and they love it. And I think that could be better showcased in snowboarding. More toys. All right, we made it down the hill. We're at Shandon Golf Course. I think we're in Redlands somewhere, right at the bottom of Big Bear. Short little drive down. Gonna spend the afternoon slicing a couple of golf balls, see if we can happen to hit any straight, but we'll see. Kind of doubt it. How you doing?
Very well, how are you guys?
I'm good. We had a tee time at 3:45. All right. Here we go. Shannon Hills Golf Course, baby. Drew's getting a hole-in-one today, is what I heard. Mine's probably going into that net on the right side. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, when they win a contest, like, I don't know, you grow up as a contest rider and you're constantly like fiending, I guess, or like you're getting stoked and you're just trying harder because you want to win eventually. And some people, like, they win one and then they kind of get addicted to that feeling. And for me, it was more like I finally won a contest and I had a little bit of financial freedom. And I finally was like, well, I did it, you know, like, I'm gonna go film and ride my snowboard the way I want to snowboard now. I don't know, cause I don't necessarily want to be out there doing triple corks and all this stuff, but not all the time. You know, like, it's nice to be able to ride your snowboard the way you want to do it. And when I finally had a little bit of financial freedom to be able to do that, that's like the first thing that was on my list, was just to go try and film and just have fun with my friends, you know, get a little bit more creative. You can express what you want to do in a different way in the streets than you can in a slopestyle contest. We're not leaving this hole until we get a hole-in-one. Let's hope you guys are prepared. A little bit windy. Holy sh! This one might be the one. All right. Woo! Come on.
Baby.
Oh, we're on.
Damn.
We're on.
That was fire.
Try number two. I mean number one.
We're underway at men's Streetstyle final. Here we go.
Backside 360 switch up from A-Hall. Canadian Max Moffitt, backside switch up. There's the switch 270 on transfer. Alex Hall.
It is non-stop action here.
Gapping with a huge backside 360 switch up. Good grief. Oh, there's the back 8 from A-Hall. Oh my gosh. He's coming in, switch 450 on
here. And a speed. Backside 540. Switch up and he lands it. Good grief, Matt dropped it. Woo, what a great show. That's awesome.
Hey, I'm Red Gerard, and you're watching What's in the Bag. This is just, I think it's called a wheelie locker, Burton Snowboards 156 board bag. Typical, kind of comes everywhere with me. It's heavy. Shout out to United with the oversized bag. Easiness, 64 pounds. I travel super heavy though. I just kind of travel like always with everything. But yeah, I got Burton boots, Burton Ion. Verts, good for the backcountry when you're stepping stuff out and making jumps and putting boot packs in and stuff like that. Backpack, got all my Avi gear and shovel and stuff in there. Burton Snowboards, Custom X 150 is what I ride. Camber snowboard, it's pretty stiff, but that's just kind of what I like to ride for park. Yeah, I'll probably be on like a newer graphic, but it'll be the same board. And then getting into the board bag, some Quicksilver mitts, Travis Rice edition. I'm pretty easy. I honestly just run black goggles, black Oakleys. I always like to try to keep it to like one bright piece of clothing on my body and everything else pretty dark. Got some hats in here, some click hats, some good stuff, I don't know, random stuff. I got some cool Mountain Dew patches that just came in that I'm hoping I'll hook up here soon. And then over to here, this is new Quicksilver jacket, pretty nice. I'll be running this for probably most of the season. It's the Highline section. It's their more higher end section. It's got Gore-Tex in it. Big fan of this jacket though. Like I said, always try to run a little bit of a brighter top. Good for getting photos and stuff. But yeah, there's a couple different ones. That's a medium. I'm in between a medium and a large. Like this is a large. It's another Quicksilver. I think it's a Highline as well. I've been running my jackets like medium large, and then my pants anywhere from large to the biggest they'll go. So yeah, and then I always run overalls. They're nice, you know. It sucks when you fall and you have a ton of snow in your pants all of a sudden, and overalls seems to take care of that problem. Yeah, new bibs. What I really like about these bibs is, well, first of all, they're Gore-Tex, super good for the backcountry and not getting wet and all that. But then my other favorite thing is it has a cinch on the bottom, so it cinches around your boot. So that way when you're strapping in, you're never dealing with like, you know, pants in your buckles and stuff, and you just got a clear way to strap your boot down. Yeah, I always have just run bibs for like I'd say probably the last like 3-4 years, just cause like at first they were kind of weird to get used to, but then once you get used to it, you just kind of put it on first thing and then put all your layers over it, and they just feel like regular pants. And also you can like, you don't have to worry about wearing a belt then, and you can like kind of sag them a little bit if you want. I'm not massively into sagging my pants, but like it's nice not to have something really tight around your waist. Pocket selection's good. I'm big good pocket selection, yeah. We're in pass right here, junk in this one, iPhone in this one. Keeping it slick in the back, no back pockets. No need for credit cards and all that when you're boarding, I guess. But up here, I don't know, some pockets. But I always run my pants with like a lot of stuff in there. I don't know why, but yeah, even when I'm riding, like it feels good for me to have like a ton of stuff in my pockets. It's super odd, but that's my gear. All right, thanks for watching. That's what's in my bag. I just always try to go from each trip ready for whatever I'm gonna get into and ready for the whole season, and it's probably why it weighs so much, but yeah, thanks for watching what's in my bag.
Pacifico is for those who create their own path. That's living life anchors up.
Hey there, it's me. Food. Whenever you need me.
Can I get that fried chicken?
I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And you're always busy.
So awesome.
But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment. Because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, Food. Sincerely, Safeway.
Check it out. Imagine how much Mountain Dew is in there.
We should probably drink these fast.
When we started Beyond the Boundaries, our hope was just to help more women feel comfortable in the park, learn new things, and just have a really good time snowboarding. All of the women that come here immediately are part of that, and I think that really enables more learning and more fun.
BT Bounds has become this big family that we've come to love, and we look forward to it every single year.
For more information on Beyond the Boundaries, you can check out our Instagram at BTBounds or our website, www.btbounds.com.
You better hang on, because Papa John's just flipped pizza night on its head. Introducing the new crispy Parm Pizza. Just when you thought all that cheesy goodness couldn't get any better, we decided to put toasted Parmesan cheese where cheese never cheesed before, on the bottom. You know you can't help but flip it over and take a look. This is the crispy Parm Pizza, only from Papa John's.
Something off the side.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tour Copper Mountain 2023. Sunsets behind the Rockies. We fired up the lights. It's a party out here. Copper celebrating its 50th year anniversary, and the party continues out here. You got Mixmaster Mike out there keeping the stoke going out there. We got crowd surfing going on and everything else. It is an all-out festival out there. Did he go switch right there? I believe he did.
He did. That was a Papa John's pizza flip.
Good branding. Yeah, exactly. You just called it. That's you're working the branding into the mix right there. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the DTL booth. Jimmy Coleman alongside Gus Kenworthy. We got a special guest here. We got Hunter Hess joining us out here, and the party's outside. We kind of get the short end of the stick because we got to be in here, but we're kind of driving the bus. So we just got women's snowboard street style in the books. We've got men's ski street style coming up tonight here, and this one's kind of a little bit different from what we've seen in street style events in the past. We've got a lot more rail features to choose from out here tonight, so I'm pretty excited about this one.
Wow, and I am so excited that I asked you to join our panel because it was just going to be Hunter and I could not have handled that introduction, so thank you for the heavy lifting.
Hey, listen, I'm just trying to drive the bus. I'll get us in and out. I'll do all that stuff. You guys just talk skiing, and I'll get us into commercial breaks.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I mean, today we already saw the half-pipe event, which Hunter participated in, and it didn't quite go his way, but it was a super fun show, and tomorrow it's not over because he has the high air best trick.
The jam.
That's the jam. And truly, not to put Hunter into a box, but if there's one thing that he can do, it's come out of the woodworks with a big crazy trick and go absolutely huge. So I think it could be a good day for you tomorrow.
You're putting me on a pedestal right now. Now I have to perform.
I put you on a panel, and now I'm putting you on a pedestal. Hopefully tomorrow I'll put you on a podium.
Yeah, there you go.
I have no say in any of this.
No. And maybe some tricks for cash as well.
Some money in my pocket, go home, not empty-handed. It was sweet.
Absolutely.
We're just looking out for you this week.
I'm supporting you. I'm just trying to help you.
Yeah.
There's also there's additional cash being handed out tonight by the father, the daddy, Papa John, for the best flip. Whoever does the best flip on this street style course, which I don't know. Well, who knows how many flips we'll see because it's a rail course.
I almost hope none, but for $3,500, I would do a flip.
Well,
there's still time.
There's still time.
You can get into the event.
Can we get a late minute ad for Hunter?
We got a late entry.
So let's take a look back to earlier today to your action in the pipe. Let's talk about what we're going to possibly see out of you tomorrow in Big Air. Talk about what happened today.
Yeah.
We're going to see some highlights here in a second. There we go.
That's me. I don't know. The pipe rode super well today. It was a lot better than the other day. The weather kind of held up. I'm curious what run they play. I didn't really land
Japan.
All right. Nice.
I think this was your first run.
I think so.
I love that 10. Yeah. So which hit do you think that is going to be your kind of moneymaker tomorrow? Where are you planning on going? Huge? Are you going to do it at the top, first hit, or you do it at the bottom?
I think I'd probably do it further at the bottom. I don't know.
Is there some speed on the deck?
Yeah, I think if I drop in on the wall, I'll have a better chance of actually doing something relatively cool.
Yeah,
I think that's my big thing.
We're excited to see something relatively cool for sure.
Thanks. I'll definitely try my best. I'll have you guys in mind throughout the whole day.
We will have you in mind the entire time. We will, in our mouths and on our minds, we'll be talking about you. The judges are right next door if you want to go talk to them about
I have to
the
have
cash
a word
situation.
With them,
Yeah, we were just talking about that. We're like, how's this going to work? We're going to hand it out 20 at a time? We're going to dip? Like, what's the basement for handing out tricks for cash?
Hopefully,
what's not going to be insulting?
Ooh.
Yeah, if someone's like, that was awesome, here's $5. So
Yeah.
you're like, it's all good, keep
See,
it, babe.
now, we do this a lot.
with that.
We do tricks for cash a lot at Summer Dew Tour with
Yeah.
Skate Street, and it's tough being the cash guy because like, I want to give you $20 for that, but like, am I going to upset somebody? Are they going to be stoked? Like, what? That was only worth 20? Like, where's the line?
See, if you had Red Gerard's pants, though, you could fit a lot of cash in there.
It's
$5
true.
at a time?
$5 at a time. Red Gerard has a lot of pockets. We just saw that. He likes a lot of things in his pockets.
It's
and
possibly a ballast thing. We don't know.
It's true. But I think like a safe bet is 50. Maybe I'm being
$50
crazy,
would
but
be
I feel like if
nice.
someone gives you $50 for something, it's kind of like, oh, word, thanks.
For sure.
No one's insulted by that.
No.
It's a little, you got to incentivize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It makes you want to do well.
So we're going to take a look back to today's pipe competition and take a look at some of Brendan McKay's runs here.
I mean, he really killed it. That
So good.
switch alley-oop to switch down the pipe double was a huge combination, and then he just went so big, like so much bigger than
What?
a lot of the other guys in the field. It was truly crazy.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah,
I guess it's a bit of a different angle for you guys at the bottom of the pipe after your runs are at the top waiting for your next run.
That was so good.
It was a really good run. It really was, and he kind of had a bobble in his first run, but then he put down his second, put down his third, but it was a little better. Put down his fourth, and it was even better.
Yeah.
And that was the run that we just saw. But it's like crazy. He's so
That was his
consistent.
fourth run?
Yeah.
Yeah, is so good.
He is
I
really.
think he was in the mid-40s that first run, if I'm not mistaken. Then he had an 82, and then it was the 90.66, and then that last one was the 93, where he's like, and that's it, I'm done.
Yeah, it was really, really impressive skiing, and I am really excited to see whatever happens tomorrow in this super hit, huge air. Hunter Hess is the only skier that's gone for triples in the pipe.
Don't claim.
I'm not claiming. I'm just stating facts. You've tried that.
Well, it's going to be interesting, too, because I was talking to the judges about this. They're going to run ski and snowboard at the same time, so kind of a loose kind of party vibe out there.
A Yumu could probably do something remarkable. Maybe he'll do a triple.
I mean, he can do
tomorrow.
triples. He did a triple here in 2019.
Yeah, that's all.
Or not 2019. I made that up.
2020.
2022. 21.
What if we had the ski judges go out and give out cash to the snowboarders, and then we'll flip-flop that as well?
That's fine.
Then nobody has to worry about upsetting somebody in their own sport.
Exactly.
Hunter's giving out cash to the judges.
Yeah, I'm going to be paying them to pay me. It's a full circle. If they give me money, I'll give them money.
Oh, wait, yeah, we're actually going to take a look. I just got...
Or if you want, just come in here and sit in the booth.
Yeah.
It's warm in here. There's snacks. There's Mountain Dew.
From Secret Service that, yeah, we're in fact going to take a look at Ayumu's triple here.
I love it. You're embracing the earpiece. Listen, ask and you shall receive here at the Dew Tour. That's how it works.
I love that.
You put ideas out in the universe, and the guys in the TV truck, they don't mess around.
I'm like, I've won Dew Tour. Can we watch Mild Run? I'm just kidding. Wait, please, I don't want to.
No, please pull
I actually really don't want to.
Well, we made Hunter call one of his own runs, so it's only fair that we do some look backs and make you do the same.
No, we're going to look at Ayumu's triple. Nothing after that will be impressive, so please don't show my run next.
And I got to point out, they were really on with the branding that year with the green Mountain Dew colored dye lines.
Insane.
Gosh. He's the best half-pipe rider ever.
Absolutely. Was that the first time that had ever been done? Was here at Dew Tour?
In a comp.
Yeah, that was the first triple in a competition.
Yeah.
Insane. History.
That guy is so good.
It's
That's actually ridiculous.
Really impressive.
I think he's actually from another world, a different planet.
Papa John tonight is looking for 1 flips. Ayumu just delivered 3.
He did 3. Can they triple up on the offer?
They're going to have to pony up extra cash, maybe give him like a large 2-topping pizza with that one as well.
I mean, honestly, I want that Parmesan on the bottom, pizza crust.
It's going to be
Papa
a fun
John's.
night any way you slice it, Gus.
It's just
Oh, that was good.
I know. Pete Arneson would be happy that I got a pun in there.
All right, here we are taking a look at the course. Oh, that was pretty sick. Kind of alley-oop.
Is this right now?
But this is practice. It's warm-up, Mixmaster Mike's still doing his thing out there, so...
Colby Stevenson is such a technician. Like, everything he does is so locked in. I'm definitely excited to see what he has to say with this course, what he's going to do with it. Let's go.
I think he'll take it in a pretty creative direction compared to a lot of the other people. I think we'll see a lot of like backslides and different variations that he'll put down, if you will.
I mean, also one thing I love is just how fast it is. The features are close together. It's like a... almost like feels like a skate park, kind of. Like everything's really, really linked together. And I talked to the judges a little bit because I was curious if they were going to be judging it more like a rail jam versus a slopestyle contest, because I feel like at least in my experience doing rail jams and stuff as a kid, it's like the best, craziest trick wins. Like that's how a rail jam goes. They want to see something insane. But the judges informed me that they are going to be judging it more like a slopestyle event where all the features are in a row, so it's going to be taken into consideration overall impression, spinning in multiple directions, mirroring tricks, showing a lot of variety as well as just technicality.
It's kind of crazy too, because for the people watching at home, we haven't gotten into it yet. When the comp starts, it's kind of a format change in the middle. So we break them up into heats, and it's your best run, and it's the top 2 out of each heat. But then when you get into the next round and it's head to head, you only get 2 runs, and it's the overall impression of those 2 runs combined. So there is no room for error.
Yeah, and it's a knockout. So if for example, Alex Hall wins his heat and he's up against Colby Stevenson from heat 3, those 2 guys are going head to head and it's a knockout. So it's going to be intense. We're here for the drama, mama.
Well, I'm being told in the Secret Service earpiece that we're about 5 minutes out from getting this competition started. I don't mean to kick you out of the booth. I mean, you could stay here as long as you want, but I don't care. We're getting ready to get this party started here, and we're going to see how this all shakes out here in men's ski street style out here. Right now, we're going to take a look back at how this event went down in 2021.
We're underway at the men's ski street style final. Here we go. Backside 360 switch up from A-Hall. Canadian Max Moffat. Backside switch up from the switch 270 on transfer. Alex Hall.
It is non-stop action here.
Gapping with a huge backside 360 switch up. Good grief. The back 8 from A-Hall. Oh my gosh, he's coming in, switch 450 on to the down rail. Copper Mountain makes some noise for these guys. Tucker Fitzsimons. He's going for the win and best trick out here. And his speed, backside 540, switch up and he lands it. What a great show. That's awesome.
We're at Dew Tour, Copper 2023. We're doing the, what's it called? Modified
Super Street Style.
Super Street Style.
I think. Yeah, starting at the top, you got 3 down rail options. On the left, you have the waterfall rail. In the middle, you have up rail to down rail, a little pole jam. And then just a regular down rail on the right.
Some scary stuff, but I think it'll be fun to try some of it out.
Yeah, the long down rail on the far right is definitely a favorite here. This thing's like 50 feet long almost. Yeah, for the bottom section, you got the big wall ride feature on the left. It's got like a pole jam option up to the top of the wall ride. Gonna be really sick.
It's gonna be dope, man. I'm hyped for Saturday night. Crowd's gonna be crazy.
Everyone's gonna be going ham, trying crazy tricks.
Yeah, the vibe's gonna be on.
Yeah.
That evening style.
Saturday night, main event.
Yup. I'm hyped for it.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. We've been teasing it. We've been talking about it. We are ready to kick the tires and light the fires out here. It is the men's ski super street style round number 1 here. So a slightly different format change than what we've seen here in the past out here at the Dew Tour. As we were talking about earlier, breaking these guys up into heats. And the street course this year, it kind of gets a little bit of a tune-up, if you will. It's still a packed house out here at Copper Mountain, as I mentioned before, celebrating its 50th year, as you see by that sign right there etched into the snow. Hats off to the SPT crew in conjunction with the Woodward crew putting together this epic course out here. Now, this thing's kind of evolved over the years. We used to do this in downtown Breck, and then we moved here to Copper for the Dew Tour, and we kind of had a smaller area down here at the base of the village, and everybody there was a couple of elements, and you kind of had to hike back up the mountain to get to your next run. Now you have 4 different sections, 4 different paths, if you will, with a lot of different elements to choose from, Gus.
Yeah, it has really changed. I mean, to think that it's actually the same event from back in the day in Breckenridge is crazy to me, because that was really just a rail jam. There was a couple of features, people hucking, and it was all for the crowd. And this is absolutely for the crowd as well, but this is a real competition. We've got 4 sets of rails. I think we're going to see people putting together really thoughtful runs, creative execution in terms of which features they're going to hit. I think we're going to see a lot of creativity and then a lot of variety in tricks and difficulty.
So we got a pre-runner to get us started out here. We got our forerunner, if you will. This is this youngster is Walker Woodring, who's going to get the party started for us out here tonight. And that's kind of a cool thing for a young skier to get out here and rubbing elbows with the pros and get out there and do this under the lights in front of all the fans out here. Just 12 years old, Gus.
It's amazing. It's so cool to see the next generation in snowboard pipe. We saw an 11-year-old today putting down a hammer's run, and here we are seeing Walker do just the same.
So there you go by that shot right there. It kind of gives you a little bit of a snippet of the different options that you're going to have out here. And, one of the interesting things that you and Hunter were talking about earlier, like, you know, it kind of links up almost like a skate park kind of a run right there. You don't have a lot of room to set up because it's a fast running course from what it looked like from what we saw on the women's snowboard event earlier tonight. So you don't really have a lot of setup time in between each one of these pads.
Yeah, it is really quick. There is not a lot of room for error. You have got to be on your game, landing everything perfectly in order to be lined up for the next feature.
So we started off here taking a look at heat number 1, 12 athletes in the field. We break them up into 3 heats of 4. It's a slightly different format from what we ran in 2021. We'll dive deeper into that in a second, but you saw the names right there: Alex Hall, Sam Zahner, Keegan Kilbride, and Danny Bacher. So 3 USA skiers and 1 representing Austria out here. So they're going to run in that order. They're going to get 3 runs here, and it's only the top 2 that move out of each heat into the knockout round as we take our first look at Alex Hall.
Oh, both transfers on that rail. That's super difficult. Coming into a switch lip slide 270, continuing 450 out, and then spinning. But starting to spin the opposite direction.
So again, you're going to get 3 rounds at it. It's the best round that counts. Judges are working off a 100-point scale. So Alex Hall, he was the winner of the Steel City Showdown in 2020. Won Dew Tour Street Style in 2020 as well.
Yeah, Alex is definitely one of the guys I'm the most excited to watch. He's so technical. He's such a dominant force in slopestyle skiing, such a consistent podium threat. But he really is just a strong rail skier, so I'm excited to see what he does on this course.
So what is it going to be here for that first run score there? And he's going to check in with a 51.33. Again, judges working off that 100-point scale. Got Sam Zahner from New Jersey coming up next. So again, this is heat 1 out of 3. Top 2 out of each heat moving on into the knockout round. And there, well, the strategy changes up a little bit because you only get 2 runs in the knockout round, and both of them have to count. So you really don't have the luxury of a throwaway run. So that was, I believe that was Zahner that actually, Sam that dropped in, ran a little hot right there, so we didn't get to see his run.
We're getting a replay of it now, though. Switch 450 onto that down rail. That is a technical trick. Backside 360 switch up onto that corrugated tube. And then, wow, didn't put it together, but that was amazing. Frontside 360 switch up transfer. I don't even know what to call that.
So just kind of getting augered in a little bit at the end of that one. You see him looking up at the video wall right there, shrugging his shoulders. Okay, Sam, you get 3 shots at it right there. In this round, it's just about being one of the top 2, and it's your best run that counts. Coming up next, we got Keegan Kilbride. He took first place in Street Style here at the Dew Tour in 2017, back when it was in downtown Breck.
And adding a lot of little flavor. That switch lip slide 270, he kept the tips down. That makes it more difficult, and it's just kind of a cool, unique way to do that trick. Transferring the cannon rail up onto the top of that wall ride. I think not necessarily super technical with the tricks, but really creative and difficult line that he chose.
Definitely had a speed line. He kind of ran through that thing super fast compared to the last 2 runs that we saw right there. Go back up top and take another look here.
I think that was, yeah, I love that switch nose down 270. I think it was a smart strategy. This is the same way we saw guys in halfpipe today kind of put down runs and then try and build upon them. I think that that's a similar strategy that Keegan just did. He put down a clean run. It was super fast. Not maybe the most technical run that he could possibly do, but gets a run down and gets a score down.
That cannon rail just kind of spits you out onto that wall right there. So he's going to check in with a 45 flat. So that'll put him just behind Alex Hall for now. Remember, top 2 moving on out of the heat. This is round 1 out of 3 here. our first heat of 3. Then we're going to see this is our Austrian skier. Very technical and known for his style. Competed in the Beijing Olympics for Austria.
A couple of Olympians in this field. It's not there. I don't know if that was a mistake or if that was intentional coming off in between those rails. But definitely a creative approach to the course. Oh. I would guess by that reaction that it was a mistake.
That's all right. That's why we have an edit button into TV world right there. And you know what? Guess what, Danny? You get 2 more runs. And it's the best run that counts.
Yes, let's see what happened here. Yeah, I just think he just overshot that a little bit. I wasn't sure if maybe that was intentional for a second, but with the second view, you can see that it was a mistake. But yeah, he's got 2 more. Plenty of opportunity to clean up.
Yeah,
just good score down.
The job here in this first round, you're just trying to be one of the top 2 out of your heat. Then you gotta white knuckle it through the next round right there when it's your 2 runs that have to count together as overall impression. So round 1 out of 3 is in the books, and it's Alex Hall sitting in that top spot right now with a 51.33, and Keegan Kilbride not too far behind him with a 45. Still up for grabs here again. Top 2 transfer on, taking another look at Mr. Hall.
And again, it's just the one best run that counts. Alex Hall with the double transfer. I love that. That is so cool and creative. Switch to lip 270 back to 450, and then coming into this last rail where he had trouble last time. He doesn't this time. Switch on, frontside switch up, pretzel 270 out.
Just building blocks right there. Calm, cool, and collected here in run number 2. Clean it up, looking to bypass that 51.33. Trying to assure himself a spot into that next round. Little trifecta right there. Hitting 3 features on that pad.
Just looking super solid. A much cleaner run than the first one. I mean, he's already in first position with that first run score, and this is definitely going to be an improvement, so distance himself from the pack.
That last rail right there, that one just kind of, it's got that weird little level off spot. It just kind of spits you out a little bit there at the end of that one. So what is it going to be? Up into the 80s, a massive 30-point improvement right there for Alex Hall at 81.33. So that will definitely help your cause separating yourself from the rest of the pack. We bring Sam, he's down, he's at the bottom of the pack right there. He had that 22.66, had a fall off that last feature in his first attempt.
Right side 270 to switch into a switch right side 450. Also spinning to the right on that one. I do love that frontside 360 switch up at the bottom there on that transfer feature. Super cool, super technical. Not as much variety as we saw from Alex in terms of spinning multiple different directions, but it was a really, really solid run.
So you see how much this moves him up the food chain here. You just need better than a 45 right now if you're going to move into that second transfer spot out of this heat. So that was the last feature that gave him a little bit of trouble there in run number 1. So getting past it here in round number 2 out of 3.
Yeah, it's going to be a big improvement.
Definitely get him out of the basement there with that 22.66. You got Keegan Kilbride, who's coming up next, by the way, sitting in that number 2 spot. We'll get that score for you here in just a second. So Sam's going to jump up with a 79 flat. He will overtake Keegan, so this is his chance to answer back here.
Oh!
And just losing the shoes at the end of that one there.
Yeah, that was a good clean run going. I got distracted seeing Sam's score come in.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
A lot of moving parts.
It's really a fast-paced event. So there with Keegan again with the switch tails down 270, or sorry, switch noses down 270 into the 450 backside 270 out. A big transfer there. and then going into this backside switch up, frontside 270 out, which was looking really good until they lost that ski at the end. Unfortunately, if I know how the judges go, that is not going to count.
I was just about to ask you. So he gets off the feature, but then the skis come off. So now,
yeah, he's going to check in with a.
So he's going to stick 23. He's got one more run, so he got overtaken by Sam, who had a 79 flat there. So Sam's knocking on the door of the 80. So Keaton's going to get one more chance to try to answer back there. Again, top 2 out of each one of these heats move on into the next round. So we get set to take another look at our lone Austrian competitor.
He's all smiles at the top. And as he should be. This is a fun event. This is a crowd-pleasing event, but it's also just a fun one. I mean, everyone hits rails in the park with their friends, like getting to compete out here, hitting all these rail features. It's just a good time.
Well, that's just, that's kind of how this thing's evolved over the years. Like when this thing first started out when they were Breckenridge and they had some features in downtown Breck, and just to watch how this thing has stepped up each and every. Oh, we talked about flips for cash earlier. There we go. We got our first flip.
There we go. I mean,
what was the prize you said that was up for grabs on that one?
I could be misquoted. Someone said it was $3,500. I don't know if that's the case. $2,500 maybe. Either way, Papa John is.
Someone's going to text me in a second. I'll get an answer to that shortly.
Yeah.
Either way,
John is smiling.
I crushed you.
Yes.
See, there's my second pizza pun of the night.
Very good.
I'm just trying to make people laugh at home. And the texts are coming in. Here we go. $2,500.
$2,500. So as of now, he is the only guy that's done a flip. So unless anybody else decides to do one, that $2,500 could be his.
So now we're getting into the third and final runs here. He's not going to best that score. However, he's potentially looking at $2,500 for now. And you had mentioned earlier, like you didn't know if the word had spread through the field, but they're getting our feed out there, so I guess they're hearing about it now. Taking a look at our current leader, who's also first in the start list here. Third and final round here for heat number 1 out of 3. It's Alex Hall.
I do think he's going to try and step up here a little bit, but I also think there's some kind of a strategy moving forward because you have multiple more heats, so you got to keep something in the tank and save something for later. But again, looking super consistent, super smooth. Oh, tried to step up the last trick a little bit loose coming out of it. I don't know if it'll be an improvement on the score, but.
Well, it's also a little bit of strategy as well, because if you finish top spot in your heat, you go up against the second place finisher in another heat. For example, here with heat 1, if Alex finishes in that top spot, he'll go up against whoever finishes number 2 in heat number 2. So a little bit of strategy going into that next round.
For sure.
Now that's a little bit of a wordy explanation, but that's okay. We'll talk you through it as we roll through this competition out here tonight.
Yeah, I think that'll come into play even more, too, with the second and third heats, because they'll know who they would be potentially facing. Right now, I think Alex is just trying to mix it up, do a couple different tricks, try out some variations on that last feature.
Just kind of eyeing something else up for that next round because, again, we can't stress this enough. You're going to need 2 runs. It's the overall impression of your 2 runs, and that's all you get when you go into that head-to-head knockout round right there. So he had an 81.33 the first go-around, or second go-around, I should say. Now he ends up with a 78, so sticking with that second run score, so
3 guys left to go, so we'll have to see if that 81.33 will hold up for them, for Alex, but solid performance from him, and yeah, 3 more runs to go.
Solid performance going on the stage over there. Mixmaster Mike and the crew. Look how many people are still sticking around out here. There was a mass exodus earlier, once the riding time was over, but there's still a lot of people out here in the mountain joining us for this party out here tonight.
Absolutely. And these guys love it. They love skiing with this crowd. They feed off of it. Coming into this last feature for Sam, he's had some trouble on his previous runs. And again, a little bit of an issue, but he's currently sitting in the second position, so.
Yeah, the separation right now between him and Keegan, he's got a 79 for his best run score, and then Keegan's got a 45. Let's see, Keegan's coming up next, then we've got Danny to take us out of here at heat number 1. Still 2 more heats of 4 skiers each to go for those of you that are just joining us. It is standing room only out here. The crowd grows every year out here at Copper as well. I mean, all the street style events that we've done here, the history of Dude Tour, it just gets bigger and better every year. And I mean, the energy out there, we fire up the lights. it's a party out here on the mountain. So Keegan's got a 45 as his best run. He's got a best of 79 right now. It's do or die time right now for Keegan Kilbride.
450 on, 270 out, just kind of clipping that rail a little bit, but he's coming into the last feature. He just needs to keep it together. He had the issue with his ski on the last run, and there it is. He does it. He puts it down. It's going to be a big improvement. Whether or not it'll be enough to overtake Sam, who knows, but he's got to feel good about just putting one to his feet.
Let's take another look here at his third and final attempt with one skier left to go here in heat number 1. Just a quick little replay right there. Looking like we're getting somebody's onboard cam right there. Still waiting on that third run score here for Keegan. Is it going to be enough? He gets a 73. It's going to be so close, but not enough. He is not going to be able to overtake Sam. So now we know Alex Hall is safe. He's moving on into that next round, the head-to-head knockout round, if you will. So Sam's on that bubble, sitting with that second spot with one skier left to go.
Getting hyped up at the top. Got some music playing, got a hype man.
You know, he's already looking at possibly $2,500 courtesy of our friends over at Papa John's.
That's true.
Can he go for the twofer here and put himself in one of those top 2 transfer spots?
Coming off the rail a little early, but saved it pretty well. And then a frontside. Oh, I love that last trick. Frontside switch up, transfer, and then another switch up to the flat part at the bottom. Backside 270 out.
So crazy too. Like you just end up in the snow fence right there, and the fans are right there. Like you finish your run, and everybody's out there high-fiving you and hugging you and shaking you.
Yeah, so you can see him slip off the rail there a little early. He did a pretty good job of saving it, but
put a little steez into that save right there for good measure.
For sure, and then a backslide on that last rail, and then I love that front swap, front swap back 2. Really a technical trick on that last rail, but I think with the mistake up top, it's not going to be enough to move him into the top 2. But I could be wrong.
That's why you're in that chair. You get to walk that plank.
Yeah, I've been wrong before.
People want to hear your expert opinion, and a 69, so it is going to be 10 points shy of getting the job done. So Sam Zahner is safe, and he will move on. He will get that second and final transfer spot. So Alex Hall, he will go up against whoever finishes second place at heat number 2. And I believe that means Sam's going to have to square off against whoever comes out top honor of heat number 3. So we still have 2 more heats to go. We are a third of the way through the equation out here for round number 1. It's Alex Hall and Sam Zahner getting it done here with an 81.33 and a 79 flat. We'll have more when we come back to Dew Tour Copper Mountain 2023. I guess we're going to get some replays here, taking a look at some of the action in heat number 1. I spoke too soon.
Face cow today. Let's get those boots laced. Let's go.
I've just never really done it, so it's really fun to get out here and experience something new.
We're dropping in 3, 2, 1. Blast off!
Check it out. Imagine how much Mountain Dew is in there.
Probably drink these fast.
Copper, kind of a big deal since 1972. Here's to 50 years of the best terrain. For starting small and dreaming big. Here's to challenge and growth, memories and milestones. This is where athletes are made. The Athletes Mountain since 1972. Get after it.
the sausage egg on the croissant roll. Amazing. Nice and fluffy, the croissant.
Welcome back, everyone. Dew Tour Copper Mountain 2023. It's a party out here under the lights on a Saturday night. Taking a look at DJ Mixmaster Mike out there, keeping the party vibe going out here on this epic Saturday evening. Our first day of 2 here. Competition out here for Dew Tour this season. Copper Mountain celebrating its 50th year anniversary. And it is a packed house out here just outside the Streetstyle course. And the action just heating up here in Men's Ski Super Street Style round at number 1. We got Heat 1 in the books. Here we go with our second group of 4. You got Tucker Fitzsimons, Matt Dufresne, Andrew Egan, and Pete Kukoff. Again, 3 runs, best run counts, top 2 transfer on into the next round.
Starting out strong with the right side 270, pretzel 270, and then spinning left side 450, keeping it forward. Hitting the big rail there, and then a switch 270, pretzel 270, last flat down rail. Just a clean run right out of the gate.
Yeah, I mean, the hits come quick right there. Just right out of commercial break, and we're back into it. So this is round 1 out of 3. Our top 2 out of each one of these heats move on into the head-to-head knockout round, if you will. And then our top 3 out of that will move on into a 3-skier final. So we take a look at Tucker's first attempt at 3.
Choosing a different line than we saw from some of the guys in the first heat, which is always fun to see. And Tucker's got a big a fan group at the bottom, a lot of cutouts.
You know, it's part of the vibe out here. It's just like some of the signs and the things that the fans will bring out to these events. 81.66. So starting it off right there into Alex Hall score territory right there. So heat number 2, not messing around here. We're already into the 80s as we welcome in Canada's Matt Dufresne.
There we have a right side lip slide 270. Looking really clean. The left side 270, potentially coming off the rail a tiny bit early, but love that last trick. That's a big front side switch up, blind side 450 out on that transfer to the wall ride feature.
He seems pretty pleased with that one.
I think he should be.
Rightly so.
So there's the lip 2 to switch. And then he went switch left side 270, back side 270 out. Left side 270, so he's done both way 270s and then the big front side switch up onto the top of the wall here, continuing 450 out.
So again, working off of a 100-point scale out here tonight. For those of you who may just be joining us, 74.33 right there from Matt on the first outing there. Again, you get 3 cracks at it. Best run counts here in this opening round. That's going to change up when we get into the next round. We'll dive into that again a little bit later on as we get set to welcome in Andrew Egan.
These guys are looking really solid. Switch tails 270. Oh, and then we have the 2 on front 4 out. Also opting for that longer rail feature, but potentially coming off it just a tiny bit early. Looking solid though, keeping it together. And as we said, it's a 1-run best run count, so even if that's not the score he's looking for, he's got 2 more opportunities to try and better it.
Yeah, just maybe kind of eyeing things up, waiting to see how the scores are looking, how the judges are feeling here in this opening round of 3 for this group.
Yeah, and that was a switch right side 270 at the top, and then he added in a switch left side 270 at the bottom. So spinning both ways, showing that variation, that versatility that the judges love to see.
It's all about variety out here tonight. You got a lot of options out here. Super Street Style here for Copper 2023 Dew Tour. What is it going to be here for Andrew for his first run score? So a 61. So that is not going to be enough here in this opening round to put him into the top 2.
Yeah, it was a solid run. I think it was just that bobble on that long down rail, just coming off a little bit early, I think is really going to cost you, especially if you're making the decision to take that long rail and put that in your run, and you got to get to the end of it.
It's tough. I mean, not each one of these heats, you're basically cutting, or we're cutting the field in half as we take our first look here at Pete Kukoff.
Right side 270 to a backslide on that. Single leg, kind of 50-50 on that. That's a creative use of the course, and then a 360 out of the wall ride.
I haven't really seen anybody use that approach to that feature right there yet. So a little bit of creativity, some uniqueness right there out of Pete.
Yeah, I don't think it had quite the technicality that some of the other runs did, but it was definitely a more creative approach than we've seen from some of the previous runs.
It's one of the things he's kind of known for, that unique skate style. As we go back up to take a look at the top of the run here.
Yeah, each and every feature, nothing was just a traditional trick. Everything was a kind of a unique spin on it, a different approach to the course. It's kind of like the line traveling circus guys, 50-50ing down that and then coming up into the wall. Just trying to do something different.
It's a lengthy rail to be doing that on as well. And I mean, with so many different features out here, he gets a 57.33. So that's round 1 in the books. We're getting ready to go back up to the top and do this all over again. It's 3 rounds here in each one of these individual heats. So at the top of the start list, take another look at Tucker Fitzsimons, who happens to be your current leader with that 81.66.
Oh wow! And stepping it up on the second run already. Right side 270, pretzel 450. It's a super technical trick. And then finishing it with 450 to forward.
So 2 solid runs here for Tucker.
Yeah, I mean, more technical at the top and actually more technical at the bottom, but if I was going to point out one little thing, it's just that same long down rail that he's opting for. Just potentially came off of it a touch early, which, not to be so nitpicky, but it does seem to be costing these guys.
You know, it's the story that you have to tell, because, I mean, that's some of the discussions that are happening in the judges' booth and why we see these scores come out the way they do.
Yeah. Top 2 rails were looking really good, and then here on that big lip slide disaster, maybe coming off early, but you know, he still got to the landing, so it might be a count. They might count it.
He's got his own little cheering section right there. What if people are actually bringing those, or if they're
and
passing
it's an improvement.
Bumping him up 2 full points right there. So he had an 81.66. Now he's got an 83.66. So I guess here in round 2, the name of the game for Tucker is breathing room. Because only the top 2 are transferring on. Taking a look once again at Matt Dufresne. Currently sits in that second and final transfer spot for now.
That right side lip slide 270 to switch was super clean. Into the switch left side 270, continuing to out. Keeping it kind of stock there, the left side 270, and then switch upping up on top of that wall ride again. Doing the super fed, the front side switch up, blind 450 out, putting it down again, another clean run. I think it's going to be a similar score. But he's solidly in second place in this heat right now.
So at the halfway point of round 2 out of 3 here for our second group of 3. Take one more look at it here from top to bottom.
And then here on this last feature, hitting that kind of pole jam up to the top of the wall, front side switch up, continuing 450 out. A bit of a heavy landing. Might not have been as smooth as the run before. He was really, really clean that previous run too. But another good run.
Just waiting for it. So a 76.33. So he
Slight
too will
improvement.
bump up a couple of points right there. So again, you're just trying to get out of these opening heats. It's only the top 2 spots that are moving on.
Andrew Egan is dropping in. So switch tails 270, continuing 270 out, spinning to the right. And there's a left side 270, continuing 450 out. There's that long down rail that gave him a little bit of trouble last time. And there the switch left to backslide to switch. So that's definitely going to be an improvement from his previous run.
So you're looking at better than a 76.33 as of now if you're trying to bump ahead here, ahead of Matt.
Yeah, one thing I really do appreciate about the run is that he has the switch tails 2 spinning to the right, and then down at the bottom he does it to the left. It's just nice to see people doing something both ways, showing their ambidexterosity. Ambidextrousness?
Are we making it?
I don't know.
see if we can get a text from the Webster's people. See if we can get that one in the dictionary right there. What's it going to be on the score here? He had a 61 the first go around, so a 71.33. So he's getting close.
Yeah, it's an improvement.
It's not going to be good enough there for now, but he's still got one more run to come here. We have one skier left in the lineup here. Then we get the third and final round. Big shout out to Mix Master Mike, keeping the crowd pumped up out there. I believe he just wrapped up his set out there on the music stage. As we get set to take a look at our second run here for Pete.
And again, Pete is the guy that's kind of using this course in a different way, getting the backslide there, and then here kind of going around one of the features. Going around one of the features, doing that 50-50 on that rail, and coming up to the wall ride from the side.
Okay, so again, getting unique there off of that wall ride feature there.
Yeah, I thought maybe we were going to see for a flip for a second. I thought Papa John's ears were burning.
I think everyone's just kind of forgotten about that $2,500. Danny's looking pretty good there from heat number 1 for right now, as we have not seen anyone else really try it. I guess that would count.
Yeah, guys in the competition, if you mess up at the top, do a cool flip at the bottom. Go for that cash prize. Get yourself a pizza that action.
Oh, you are on the board with pizza puns. Here comes another text from Pete Arneson. I can feel it. It's coming right now. He's grading us on our pizza puns out here tonight. I don't know if we can topping that one. That was a pretty good one.
Hey, thank you.
We're getting a little cheesy out here tonight, but that's how we do it. Getting ready to go back up to the top. You ordered here.
Here we are, and Tucker is in the lead. He's improved his score, and now he's just going to put some extra sauce on it.
Oh, here we go.
Right side 270, pretzel 450, into the switch left side 270, continuing 2. Same as from the last run. Not quite as good on that rail as previous, but then getting the pretzel 270 on that 450 disaster. So be curious to see what the judges do. I don't know if it was quite as strong as his last run.
Yeah, he came out swinging there. He had an 81.66 and an 83.66, so he's looking pretty solid here. Again, in this opening round, you're just trying to get out of this first heat, or excuse me, be one of the 2 out of these heats to get into the head-to-head round, if you will.
Yeah, he has done what he needed to do. He came out, he put down a good score, he stepped that score up, and I think that he's probably feeling a little bit comfortable and confident knowing that he's probably going to be through into that next round where he'll then have to face off against one of our other winners. But yeah, I just don't think with that rail right there, that mistake, that it's going to be an improvement.
Yeah, if he stays in that number 1 spot coming out of this heat, he's going to square up with whoever finishes number 2 out of heat number 3. And then whoever finishes second in this heat is going to have to go head-to-head in the next round against Alex Hall, who was the top scorer out of heat 1. So yeah, that's going to be his lowest of the 3. But again, 2 scores in the 80s there to open it up. So he's looking pretty solid with only 3 skiers left to go here in heat number 2. Still one more heat coming up for those of you just logging on. Taking another look at Matt Dufresne. Sits in that second transfer spot.
Yeah, he's in 3rd place on the outside looking in. Big transfer there coming to this last feature, 270 disaster. So keeping it smooth. I don't know how to judge this. He definitely had some technical elements. I think that big transfer was really cool. But then some of the tricks were maybe a little more subdued than I don't know, than the current leaderboard.
It's tough too. I mean, they got their work cut out for them in the next room because it's all happening so fast.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was a right side 270 there and at the top. So I don't know if that repeat direction is going to work against him.
So it is going to bump him up. So he bumped up 2 points the last go around. He does it again. So 78.33. So giving himself a little more separation there between the last 2 guys in the run order here. They are down, but they are not out. Remember, it is best run that counts. This is our 3rd and final look here at Andrew Egan here in heat number 2 of 3.
Switch tails 270, continuing 270 out. Into the left side 2, continuing 4. Looking smooth. Consistent with what we've seen from the previous runs. getting the entire rail that time. And then a switch 270, backslide 270 out.
Getting a reaction from the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd loves
snow
it.
shower as well. It's the price you pay when you're in the front row.
For sure, that's what they're there for.
It's all part of the experience.
Switch right side 270. Here he's spinning to the left, 2 on, 4 out. And then at the very bottom, that last switch 270 we saw was in the other direction. It wasn't a perfect landing. He kind of squeaked it around, but a really technical trick. And if I'm going to point something out, I guess I would say that his switch 270s at the top and the bottom are in opposite directions from one another, which is really difficult. But I'm pretty sure that Matt Dufresne's were both to the right, but I could be wrong.
So here we go, waiting for the big reveal here. So we got Pete Kukoff is already on course. So this will be our final rider here for heat number 4, or heat number 2, run number 3, I should say. Going for that wall ride again.
Yeah, he was going for it. Doing kind of a cork 7 out of the wall. Unfortunately not quite getting it to his feet, but we love to see it. We respect the send.
Still don't see a score up there for Egan on the scoreboard there. That one still hadn't populated yet as Pete dropped in for that last attempt. So it looks like Andrew Egan did actually eclipse Matt Dufresne there and slid into that second and final spot into the next round with a 79.66. We didn't see that score populate because then Pete popped up for his last run. So Andrew Egan is going to get that second transfer spot and move on into the head-to-head knockout round, but it's Tucker Fitzsimons coming out top dog here. Speaking of that, let's check in with Chris Cote, who's down there with Tucker right now.
Yo, I went to a party and a ski contest broke out. That was sick. Here's the real Tucker right here. Congratulations. I mean, how good was that to come down this hill with all these people right here, Mixmaster Mike's on the stage? That must have been a magical moment.
Yeah, it felt great. I was super stoked to lace my first one, but then the pressure just kind of off for the rest of them. So yeah, stoked to make it to the next round.
Switching anything up for the head-to-heads or going straight forward?
I might switch up a couple of things, but I don't know, kind of stick to what I know, though.
All right, let's hear it. Tucker! It's on.
Yeah, he came out swinging with an 81.66 and then bumped that up with an 83.66. And again, it's key with the strategy here. You come out the top person from your heat, you go up against number 2 from the following heat. So a little bit of strategizing there when you go into the head-to-head knockout rounds, Gus.
Absolutely. We're back up to the top. This is the third and final heat. These guys have all got 3 runs to try and get themselves into that next head-to-head round. We've got Colby Stevenson, Cal Carson, Edouard
Theriault, and Calvin Barrett.
Thank you for jumping in. Did I butcher that last name?
Listen, I have no room to talk because I've had many of those over the years. Yeah, so again, 3 runs, best run that counts here. Top 2 moving on. Who's moving on to the head-to-head round? And it's, again, we keep talking about how it changes from round to round. In that next round, when it's head-to-head, you only get 2 runs, but you have to have it's your 2 runs combined for the overall impression. So things change up, and here we go. Starting off heat number 3, it's our first look at Colby Stevenson.
Loved that trick. Switch 270, pretzel 450 on that waterfall drop feature. Another switch 270. And then a frontside switch up, continuing 450 out on that transfer. I'll have to watch the replay. I can't tell if those are both switch 270s to the same direction or if they were different ways, but that was a very cool first feature.
I thought we were going to commercial break. I was like, oh no, we're going right up the top. We're getting right into this. I like it. Let's keep it rolling.
Switch left 270, pretzel 450 there. Here we got the big backside 360 switch up, not quite locking into the second rail as much as he wanted to. And then another switch left 270, which I think
might have been a bobble. I feel like maybe because he messed up the transfer, he sort of ad-libbed that switch left 270, but that last transfer was super solid.
So he's going to check in with an 82.66, so picking up pretty much where we left off with heat number 2 right there. So not a bad way to start right there. It's the 80s have been enough to get you on into that next round from what we've seen out of that first 2 groups there. So bringing in Cal Carson, well-known park and urban terrain skier. He's one of the finalists at the Tom Wallish Steel City Showdown back in 2020.
Super solid, switch 270 on, 270 out. He's doing the big gap on that rail, but potentially sliding off early. That rail seems to be giving people trouble. But then we got the 450 disaster with the pretzel 270 out. Putting it down. Yeah, it was a solid run.
And again, everyone still partying down there at the end of the course. There's so many people packed onto this mountain out here tonight under the lights. As we take another look.
Yeah, I can't tell if he slid off early there or if he was just kind of out on the noses of his skis. But he got it back together for the last rail, the 450 pretzel 270.
Okay, so 2 down, 2 to go here in round 1 out of 3. That's going to net him a 66.33. Again, 3 runs here. Best run that counts. Top 2 transfer on into the next round. Out of Canada, this is Edouard Theriault, set to drop.
Starting out smooth. Switch lip slide, back 270 out, and just kind of keeping his speed, keeping his line. Right 270 on, 270 off. And then switch on, going across the transfer, and then doing a backside 450 out on that final feature. It was a solid run. I know there's no jumps in this course, but I love this guy's tail grab. He has a really good blunt.
I mean, that thing's just crazy looking. The way that thing just launches you out at the end of that feature right there. See him putting the hands together right there. Big smile on his face at the end of that one as we take it back up top for a second look.
Right side 270 on, continuing. And then coming to this last feature, which was really a cool take on it. Switch on, going across the transfer, and then blindside 450 out.
Yeah, that thing kind of like boots you off at the end.
Yeah, they call it a death kink. It's just a really intense kink.
It hurts my knees and ankles just to watch that right there. So a 73.33 right there for Edouard. That'll put him in a transfer spot right there. So rounding out the order here for the lineup in heat number 3, it's our first look at Calvin Barrett. So right now you need a 73 point, or better than a 73.33 if you're hoping to transfer on out of this group.
Left side lip slide 270. There he goes.
Getting the up close and personal view there.
Losing a little bit of his speed, but coming into this last feature, hopefully he can still put something down. Switch lip on, front 2. Not quite the run he was looking for, but he's a local boy getting some love from the crowd, and yeah, he'll look to the next one.
2 more runs still to go. It's best run that counts.
And after the first run, we are looking at Colby Stevenson in that top spot, followed by Edouard Theriault, and then Cal Carson and Calvin Barrett.
Yeah, that 48.33, looking to toss that one out, so we get ready to go back up to the top, do it all over again in that same order. Colby Stevenson, Cal Carson, Edouard Theriault, and Calvin Barrett. So best run that counts. Whoever comes out in the top spot here is going to go up against our second place finisher from heat number 1. We take another look at Colby Stevenson.
It's definitely my favorite trick that's been done. And I was right. There was a mistake because he was intending to be coming into this forward. There's the right side 450 onto that rail, and then switch on going across the transfer, pretzel 270. That is going to be a huge score. That first run score that he had of an 82.66 was also a great run, great score, but I was surprised because there was 2 switched left side 270s, and I know that Colby is someone that really thinks about his runs, and he's trying to check off all these boxes and spin in every direction. And so here we get to see what he was really intending for. Switch left side 270, pretzel 450. Here we've got the big backside 360 switch up on the transfer, continuing 270 out into the right side 450. So much technicality on these rails. And then ends it there with a switch on, front swap over the transfer, continuing 4 out. It's just a really, really solid ride, and that's going to be the biggest score we've seen.
So an 86.66. So you called it right there. I was going to say, that first run score that he had from what we've seen out of the first two groups, that would have been enough, or it has been enough thus far from what we've seen to get into the next round. So again, Colby Stevenson cementing that lead, giving himself some more breathing room. Cal Carson sits just on the outside looking. He's at number 3 spot with a 66.33 for now.
Oh my God. Switch 270 continuing 630 out. There's the left 4 continuing 2, spinning like a top. There's the front swap, pretzel 270. Temporary tornado overrun.
The T squared.
Yeah, that was really impressive. I was truly not expecting that 630 out of that rail. That caught me by surprise. Just the lip right side 270 to switch. And then here we see the switch 270 and then just wrapping up a 630 out of it. And continuing that momentum, there's the left 4 back 2, putting a hand down but keeping it together. And the front swap pretzel 2 on the last rail.
Okay, so where's this going to put him in the mix? He had that 66.33 in the first run, so it'll bump him up a little bit, but still not enough to overtake that number 2 transfer spot. So it's going to come down to that third and final run for him. Currently sitting in that second and final transfer spot, it's Edward Terrio with that 73.33.
Yeah, and I think it was just a clean run. Edwards was super, super smooth. That last run was really technical, but just a little bit loose. There's the switch, tails 270 to forward. Left 270 on, continuing 4 out. Now spinning to the right. There's the right side 270, continuing 2 out and coming into this last transfer. Again, the switch on, nose over transfer, blindside 450 out. Super smooth, probably a bit better than his last run. I think we're going to see a slight improvement.
Trying to give himself a little bit of breathing room as well, because we still have Calvin Barrett yet to go in this round, and then everyone's going to get one more crack at it here.
Really just kind of nailing all of these tricks. They're all executed super, super well, which the judges do want to see, and I think that is the difference. That's what's keeping him in that second place position. It's just really well executed.
So he's going to bump up 4 points right there with a 77.33. So again, trying to give himself some additional separation right there. So we move on to Calvin Barrett here. Sitting at the bottom of the pack right now with a 48.33.
There's the lip slide 270 on that top rail, keeping it smooth. The broken grind, backside 270 out, that's a unique take on that rail. There's the left side 270 on, continuing out, so kind of mirroring the rotation from the first feature. And then, just kind of washing out on that last feature, but that was a good run going. He'll look to his third, though. He's got one more, or no.
Yeah, one more round.
Yes, you're right. There's one more round. Sorry, I wasn't sure if he was the first to go.
You scared me there for a second. I was like,
I scared me too. He's got another crack at it. See what gave him an issue. Switch lip slide, just kind of coming off a little on his tails, and I think it just threw his balance off.
So he's going to stick with that first run score for now. Remember, only the top 2 are moving on as we go back up to the top. It is the third and final round here for our last heat in round number 1 before we get into the head-to-head matchups here. Starting us off, he's your current leader, 2 big scores in the 80s. He started off with an 82.66, then bumped it up to an 86.66. It's Colby Stevenson, third and final attempt.
And taking a completely different line, there's the lip right 270 on the top rail. And there's a switch 270 backslide, continuing 2 out, and then here coming into the wall ride. So
Really impressive to see someone come out, put 2 huge scores down. I think he did what he wanted to do in that second run, and so he moved on to a different line. And it's a good strategy. He'll get to see how the judges respond to that run.
Well, that'll play out here in that next round because, again, with 2 runs only, and you're going head-to-head in the next round, it's your 2 runs combined in that overall impression, what the judges are going to be looking at. So changing it up a little bit for that next round.
For sure. You don't have the luxury of making mistakes, really, in this next round. Yeah. It's like you got to put it down both runs.
The throwaway run does not exist in round 2 out here in Super Street Style.
Switch on, front switch up, continuing 450 out. What were they going to do with that? In an 81.
Yeah, 3 scores in that. I mean, the 81's your throwaway.
Yeah.
Or your least best score. So that's not a bad little outing right there for Colby Stevenson.
No, not at all. That 3rd run score would have him in.
Yeah, from what we saw in those first 2 heats, that 3rd one would have been good enough to get you in. So Cal Carson, again, to tell the story here, just on the outside looking in right now. You need better than a 77.33 to overtake Edward Terrio.
And he has the tricks for it. It's a super technical run. It's just going to be executing it. That was a little cleaner there on the switch 270. Back 6 out. Coming off that rail a touch early, but putting the run down. Big disaster. 450 out. Line 4. Stomping it. I don't know what the judges are going to do with that. But he's happy with it.
Yeah, crowd's happy with it. I mean, the crowd extends almost up to the base of the pipe right now. That's how many people are still out here on the mountain tonight.
So watch this second rail, this temporary tornado as I called it, but the switch 270 continuing 6. It's a lot of spinning, and he made it look really smooth. Pretty much gets that whole down rail there. I'm going to give that to him, and then the blind 4 off that death kink. The crowd loved.
The death kink. It sounds so ominous.
And it is. There's another name for it, but I can't say it on the broadcast.
It's not PG-13 approved. So a 68, so that'll be his best one of the 3. The crowd does not like it. The boo birds are out. So that means 2 skiers left to go here. Colby Stevenson still sitting in the driver's seat with that 86.66. This next gentleman here sits in that number 2 spot. Looking to move on into that head-to-head round here. It's Edward Terrio, 3rd and final attempt.
2 on, front 4, coming into this down rail. The right side 270 on, continuing 2 out. Looking clean, looking similar to his previous runs. Getting a little hung up on his edges there. Not quite the execution I think he was looking for.
Almost got a little bit of a snow sample there going into the snow fence, but good save.
Held it together.
I like how no one backed up at that point. Everyone just stood their ground there right at the fence line. They're like, we got you, Edward.
There's sickness and in health. Yeah, that death kink, it's taking people out.
It's ominous.
It's a difficult one.
So he had bumped up in that last round with a 77.33, so he's going to stick with that run at 2 score. Consistent there, all in the 70s, 71.33, 73.33, and a 77.33, so it all comes down to this last run. So we know Colby Stevenson's going to be moving on into the next round, so one-man stands between Edward Terrio moving on to the next round. It's this gent right here. It's Calvin Barrett.
There's that broken slide back 270 out. It's a cool trick. And that was probably the best he's executed it. And then coming to this last feature where he had his trouble last run. Blind 450 out. Just keeping it smooth. I think he really just wanted to land that run. And he did. Well executed. Denver boy putting it down.
Yeah, he seemed a little frustrated there at the end of that one. You can hear him say, not quite. Take a look back up top from his 3rd and final attempt.
You know, I didn't see a lot wrong with it. I don't know if it was maybe not the tricks he was hoping to do or if he had to scale back, but Yeah, but I mean, everything he did, he landed smooth.
Looked like he kind of, I don't know, like you said, went into cruise mode a little bit, just kind of slowed down. That was actually his best score out of the 3 with the 66.33, but you could see by the body language at the end of that one, he was not super stoked on that one. So Colby Stevenson with a couple of monster runs right there checks out with an 86.66. He is the top dog here in Heat 3, so that means he is going to go up against Sam Zahner there, who finished second in Heat number 1 when we get into that next round. And, of course, Edouard Theriault getting that second final transfer spot. Let's check in one more time with Mr. Cote.
Hey, thanks, guys. Colby Stevenson, the crowd had your back that whole time. How much of this is business? How much of this is pleasure for you?
Oh, man, it's all fun out here. Got such a good crowd. Everyone's having fun. My dad's out here. Yeah, good vibes for sure.
Now we're switching things up. We're going head to head. Does that change the way you approach this course, or are you just going full force?
I mean, it's such a sick format, changing up from normal, and yeah, now you got to do like 2 different runs, and they both count. So yeah, I backed that a lot and excited to do that.
Colby Stevenson, get back up there. Let's fire it up again.
So taking a look here at some of the highlights from Colby's performance here in Heat number 3, where he walked out, skied out, I should say, in the top spot. Round 1 is in the books. We'll have round 2 head-to-head when we come back.
We fight the battles no one hears about. We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others. Join the fight.
Check it out. Imagine how much Mountain Dew is in there.
We should probably drink these fast.
Hey, it's me, food. I'm so much more than just what we eat. I'm hand-cut, fresh and frosted. I love it. Aw, I love you too. See, life is always something new. All messy, frantic, and amazing. And from where I sit, you look delicious. That's why every day is worth celebrating. If you can. Stay fresh. Sincerely, food. Sincerely, Safeway.
Welcome back, everyone. Dew Tour Copper Mountain 2023. It's a party under the lights out here on a Saturday night. Men's Ski Super Street Style round 1 in the books. Now it's a completely different format here in this second round, Gus. So they're going to go head-to-head here. They're going to get 2 runs each. It's the best run that counts. It's your 2 runs combined. That's the overall impression the judges are looking at. It's overall impression. So the throwaway run is gone. You have to have 2 solid runs. We talked about it earlier. Colby Stevenson hammered that point home for us there in that interview with Chris Cote. So let's talk about strategy change going into this round here.
Yeah, I mean, you do not want to have a mistake. You don't want to have a bobble. You don't want to fall, because both of these runs are counting, and they have to be different runs. And so I think it does change people's approach. I think that we might see people potentially holding back on their first run, putting one down, trying to land a second run clean and move forward. But I love it. They're keeping us on our toes. They're keeping the athletes on their toes, the crowd, all of us. It's super exciting to see a new format.
To break it down in the simplest of terms here for this round, I'll have to quote Reese Bobby here. If you ain't first, you're last in this go-around right here.
That's exactly right.
You're just going head-to-head. 2 runs and done. And you do not have that throwaway option. So Alex Hall, he was the top scorer out of heat number 1. So he gets to go up against Andrew Egan, who was the number 2, or the second best score out of heat number 2. Remember, Andrew kind of squeaked in there at the end. We didn't see that score populate before we saw Pete Kukoff take his last run right there. And then all of a sudden he jumped up and overtook Matt Dufresne. So it's the battle of A. Hall and Andrew Egan here in round 2. Here at Ski Super Street Style.
I didn't get a look at the scores, but I'm assuming that Alex had the lower of the scores between the two of them, and that's why he's going first, because I feel like it seems a little advantageous to go second. Switch 270 on, continuing 450 out. He is not holding back. And then the switch on, front side switch up across the transfer, pretzel 270 out. That was a super clean run. That might have actually been a cleaner run than his runs in the first round.
So all the scores that we saw out of round 1, those have been erased. It's a clean slate here going into this round, and that trend will continue when we get into the third and final round, where our top 3 out of the head-to-head brackets here move on to decide our podium.
Yeah, we see Alex having some fun there. He's kind of rocking on that hitching post at the top, getting onto the rail, doing the backside switch up. And just skiing really smooth. I've said it over and over, but it's just a well-executed run. There's the frontside transfer, come into that death kink, pretzel 270 out. No hands on the ground, no wavering. Just a solid run.
So I thought we were going to see a score there, but maybe not. They're going to keep us in suspense here in the booth, and we're just going to play the waiting game and just see how this all unfolds when it gets down to the wire there. I guess that makes sense because it's overall impression of your 2 runs as we take our first look at Andrew Egan here.
Yeah, had a little bit of a bobble, kind of got caught up on one of his edges and had to switch his way around. And did a bit of a revert, so I think that was kind of a throwaway run for him anyway, but going for it on the wall ride.
So yeah, that's a tough one there. Again, as we keep talking about strategy change here with no room for error this go around. That is a tough break there for Mr. Egan. Let's see what went wrong here in his first attempt.
He had the 2 on. He just kind of under-rotated the rotation out. He landed a little bit sideways and got hung up on his edges, and I think it forced him to do a revert, turn around to gain control again. But yeah, not gonna do it.
Well, that's going to be a tough one to come back from because, I mean, Alex put down a solid run, so if he puts one more down now, I mean, that's pretty much going to assure him a spot moving on into that final round.
For sure, yeah. I mean, the pressure's off Alex, definitely. He's just put down a really solid run. Not even a safe run, but a super, super solid run. And Andrew had some bobbles, so I think that now coming into second round, Alex can kind of play it pretty safe and know that he's going to be through to that third and final round.
So he's down, but he's not out because, again, Alex still has to go out there and put down a second complete run without a fall as well. So, I mean, we've kind of told the story, but, I mean, it's not there's no guarantees.
There's not at all, and that's the thing. Alex could play it too safe, and Andrew could come from behind, so you never know. But I guess we'll see what happens right now because we are back at the top. It is the quickest format ever.
Hey, they're not messing around. It's go time. We're going right back up to the top here. So A. Hall's got one in the books here. So he's just got to put down one more clean run, and it's moving on into the podium round.
And he is not playing it safe. I mean, nose butter 450 on that first rail, switch right side 270 on the second, getting a switch up on that big rail, and then a switch 270 on, 270 out on that last flat down. I can't stress enough how impressive that was because he didn't need to do all that. It's a head-to-head. He just needed to put something down, and I think that he kind of made it impossible now for Andrew to try and edge him out. Alex just put down 2 really solid runs and very different from one another.
Let's take one more look at his second run here in the knockout round.
Love that nose butter 4. There's the switch right side 270, continuing 270. The left side, backside switch up to switch, and then spinning, switch the opposite direction, 270, continuing 270 out. Technical, good variety.
Almost took out some coaxial or some XLR cables right there in the corral and almost took those kids out in the shins right there. Again, it's the price you pay when you're in the front row right there. So
when you're a fan of skiing, you're a young kid, you'll happily take the shins. Cut to the shins from Alex Hall.
You know what? You're willing to take that hit to make it in the TV show.
Oh, Andrew going a little bigger than I think he wanted to on that rail. And yeah, I don't think that's going to be
going to be enough to do it. So I think we'll be seeing Alex Hall moving on.
Yeah, he had his work cut out for him there, and I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point with a fall there in the first one right there. Alex Hall moving on into the final round there.
So switch lip on, blind 270 out. And then here goes the 270, backslide 270 out. That gave him trouble last time. He puts it together this time, but carries a bit more speed than I think he wanted to and kind of overshoots that third rail. Not what he was looking for, but
I'm a little shocked.
To his feet.
A little shocked that we haven't seen anybody else throw some flips out here. I mean, there's still $2,500 up for grabs.
I know.
Here, courtesy of our friends over at Papa John's.
If anybody can hear me do a flip.
I mean, listen, we're not trying to put half-baked ideas into your head, but there's money up for grabs here.
I mean, especially if you're in this head-to-head format and you fall in your first run and the other person lands, and if you're Andrew in that position, bro, go get that Papa John's money. Do a backflip on every feature.
It's Saturday night advice from the booth.
If anybody's listening, watching, knows these guys, text them, tell them.
Good to go? All right.
There's pizza money.
Maybe we can get these kids in the corral area down there to make some signs, say, somebody do a flip. Here we go with Tucker Fitzsimons in our next head-to-head round here.
Looking smooth, 270 pretzel 270, and then a 450 on that one. Gets the entire rail on that big transfer disaster. And then a switch 2 on. Continuing 2 out on that flat down. So I think his strategy was what we were kind of expecting, just a smooth, clean run. You got to land something that wasn't quite as technical as what we saw from him in the previous round with the pretzel 450 on the top down rail, but I think he knows. He just has to land something and put it down. And he has to do it again. He has to land 2 runs, 2 different runs.
Yeah, that's the story we keep telling out here. I mean, you have to have 2 solid runs here in this head-to-head round here, but we don't see the score until your second run because it's the overall impression of the 2 together on that 100-point scale.
Yeah, and he's not playing it too safe. I mean, the right side 270, pretzel 270 into the left 450 is a good combo. Hitting this big disaster, getting the whole thing, and then a switch 270, backside 270 out. Solid, solid, solid first run.
So he's going to square off against Edward Terrio, who was the second transfer spot out of heat number 3. So again, those scores that we saw out of round 1, those are gone. It's a clean slate here going into the head-to-head round.
Yeah, Tucker just put down a solid run, so Edward has got his work cut out for him. But he was putting down big scores in that previous round. It's the 270 on, continuing 450 out. Love that landing on that, adding some style to it. Right side 270, continuing 270. And then coming into the transfer, the switch on, nose over transfer, back 4 out. Solid run. 2 solid runs, him and Tucker. We are not privy to the scores, but I would have to imagine that those would be pretty comparable.
Yeah, if you're sitting at home, you're like, hey, walk the plank. We don't know because we don't see scores in our monitor either, so we are in the suspense moment with the rest of you out there in TV land as we take a second look.
I think he wanted something more on that top rail, maybe kind of got a little bit of a snow snake coming in, but held it together really smooth and was just clean throughout. It's hard. I don't know. I would maybe say the top 2 rails were more technical for Tucker, but then I think that transfer at the bottom for Edward was more difficult.
Well, they're going to go back up to the top and get ready to re-rack for their second attempts here. In the meantime, let's check in one more time with Mr. Chris Cote.
We got our first finalist of the night, Alex Hall. How does that feel to hear the words finalist of the night?
It feels good. Crowd's insane, so I'm hyped to get to take a couple more runs in front of them.
I think even better than that, you were just right over here. This little kid right here said you're his favorite skier in the world. Does that push you to ski that much harder?
For sure. It's so fun to have fans out here, and hearing stuff like that is like the main reason I do it, to inspire the kids and have a good time. So yeah, it's been a fantastic night.
Did you hear that, kid? It's all about you.
All right, so going back up the top. By the way, Alex Hall with the score for him when you combine those 2 runs, the judges awarded him an 88 flat, so definitely one of the highest scores, if not the highest one that we've seen out here in this competition tonight thus far. But here we go, round number 2. They both put down solid runs the first time around. Let's see what Tucker Fitzsimons can do here in round 2.
Yeah, Tucker going with a different approach, doing the switch tailside 270 on the first rail, different rail line. There's the right side 270 to switch.
coming into this final feature. He's also hitting the transfer. Same trick that Woodward did, the switch on, nose over transfer, blind 4 out, maybe even a little bit cleaner. That was a really solid run and a completely different run than we've seen him do already tonight. So you gotta love to see it.
Variety is the name of the game here when you've got to put 2 runs down here in this round. And this is the only round where you need 2 runs, by the way. So it's just this round where that strategy changes up.
Yeah, there we went. Nose over transfer in the one direction, continuing 2 out. And then here, switch on, nose over the other way. Blind 4 out. And a super solid landing on that. Boom.
Yeah, that thing is just, it's daunting. It just spits you out at the end of that. I mean, I've seen it, you know, a dozen or more times out here tonight, and it never gets old.
Yeah, Woodward definitely has his work cut out for him. It's Tucker's not making it easy. Oh, and we see a switch 450 onto that rail. That's a big technical trick. Coming off that second rail, potentially a tiny bit early. And the first guy we've seen go up onto the roof.
On top of the shipping container.
I don't even know what just happened. I'm going to have to see a replay on that. But coming down, hitting that corrugated tube. Oh! And then doing a little rodeo out of the wall ride, doing a flip. Papa John's.
See, they're listening to us, Gus.
Papa John's in his living room at home. He might have to cut a check.
Listen, you know, he takes a little piece of my heart right there when he does stuff like that.
Whether or not Woodward makes it into this next round, he is potentially getting a piece of that pie.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That scared me. He hit his tails a little bit. I thought that might have been what would happen, but kind of, it's such a technical trick doing a big spin onto a rail like that, but he just kind of nicked the tail of his skis getting on. There we see him going up onto the roof, hitting that corrugated tube. It's just a different line. It's something creative. I don't think it's
checking the structural integrity.
Absolutely, and you know what? It's sound.
He's just making sure that the SPT crew were on there, we're crossing the T's and dotting the I's right there when they set that thing up, and it's looking good. It passed the test.
It did.
And then right there at the end, why not? You know, throw a little love in there, try to earn yourself some pizza cash.
It's a smart move. You know, if I was out there, which I'm not, I would be going for that pizza money.
Listen, takeout or delivery, $2,500 in your pocket is good. Either way you look at it.
It's not delivery. It's Papa John's.
So who's it going to be? Tucker Fitzsimons or Woodward Terrio?
Are you going to walk the plank?
That's your chair. That's why you're sitting in that spot.
I think I would give it to Tucker. I think those are both really clean runs. Woodward also, it was really impressive, that switch 450, but there was a little bit of bobbles, and yeah.
Ooh, a 92 for Tucker. Wow.
It's a big score.
So we're cracking into the 90s right there. So Tucker Fitzsimons is going to join Alex Hall in the podium round. How about that score?
It's a big score. And we're back to the top, and this guy, I'm so excited because he already gave us a taste of what he was going to do. He gave us 2 different runs in the last round, and they were both really technical and really solid.
So Colby Stevenson, he's going to square off against Sam Zaner here. Sam was the number 2 seed coming out of heat number 1. So again, 2 runs per skier. You have to have 2 complete runs. The judges are looking at overall impression, working off that 100-point scale of both of your runs. So he gave us a little insight to it with that interview with Mr. Cote earlier. Now it is time to party under the lights here for Mr. Stevenson as he starts us off here with our 3rd and final head-to-head matchup.
I just love this first trick on this waterfall rail. Switch left side 270, pretzel 450. Again, we're going to see the backside 360 switch up to switch. Mixing it up again. There's the switch right side 270, continuing 270 out. And then a super fed on the transfer. That's a super technical trick. Front side switch up, continuing 450 out. It's a solid first run. Colby, man, he's just consistent.
I mean, he's been solid all night long.
I love that. That is so fun to watch. That blind 360 is super smooth. And in his very first run when he had the bobble, he ended up doing a switch left side 270, but here he does it to the right. Spinning both way 270s. and then comes in on this transfer and does a big super fed. Super clean. Love to see it.
Okay, so that is one in the books there for Colby. So now it is time for Sam Zahner to shine here. Getting thumbs up here from the comp staff. So here we go. Hometown of Sparta, New Jersey.
He goes left side 270 on to forward. A little bit more conservative. There's the backslide to forward. Oh, I think maybe he wanted to do that big rail transfer there from the flat to the down that we haven't seen. And there's the front side 360 switch up transfer. Not quite getting it. I don't think that was what he was looking for. But he has another run, although depending on what Colby does, it might be pretty hard to try and come back from Colby's potential lead right now.
Yeah, we're kind of looking at the same situation that we saw in our first head-to-head matchup there.
Oh, Sam, if you're listening, it's do the pizza money.
Advice from the booth.
If Colby lands his run, if Colby puts it together, go for that pizza money. That frontside 360 switch up across that transfer is crazy to me. It's one of the more technical tricks of the evening. He did it so perfectly in that previous round.
Taking a look at the overhead shot right there, the first couple of features there, as we mentioned earlier, 4 different pads, if you will. With a lot of features out here, and again, hats off to that crew from SBT as well as the Woodward crew putting all this together. I mean, not only did they spend the time putting this out here and giving all these options for the skiers and snowboarders, then they got to go out and they got to put all the branding and all the signage on this as well. So, I mean, it is a daunting task, and these guys are out here days, weeks in advance putting all this together just so we can have some action here for 2 whole days. So hats off to that crew and the job that they do year in and year out.
Love SBT. Can't say enough good things. The courses they put together for us are always all time. Keeping us safe, making it creative, making it fun.
Yeah, I mean, in this one too, like I was talking about this earlier, I mean, just you watch the evolvement of this event over the years here at Dew Tour. I mean, there's just so many options out there tonight. I mean, I couldn't believe when I walked out here last night and got eyes on it for the first time. But here we go, round 2 here for Colby.
There's the lip right side 270. To switch backside 270. Backslide, continuing 2 out. Big rail transfer to front 2. And coming into the wall right feature. Switch on, front side switch up to the top. Just going out to switch, not as technical as we saw from him before with the blind 450 out, but I think he knows. He already put down a good clean run. He just needs to put down another one.
It's the strategy of the night. He's like, you know what? Just get in there, put a run down, get through it. So we've already seen Alex Hall and Tucker Fitzsimons move on into that 3rd and final round. Who will be joining him out of this group? Colby Stevenson has just made his case.
Big transfer disaster on that down rail, the front side too. And then I don't know if he might have caught up. Yeah, I think he kind of did. I think he kind of caught his back ski a little bit there, and that's why he didn't do the 450, but he didn't necessarily need it. He had a good clean run up to that point. Some technical tricks, already landed a really clean first run, so all he needed to do was put it down.
So this is our last skier here in the head-to-head round here. Had a little bit of a issue there in that first run there. And we're getting into the podium matchup there.
Yeah, I think that for Sam to break through here, it's going to have to either be a really, really technical run that's enough to make up for the mistakes in the previous run, or potentially we could see some flips for the pizza.
I was just going to say, pizza money.
Pizza money.
Cool, thanks.
And I think we've only seen, what, 2-3 people do that thus far?
There's only been two flips. That's $2,500 on the line. Both weigh 270, pretzel 270s. Starting out strong. There's the, oh, he wanted it. That was that big transfer, but didn't quite do it. But maybe we'll see a flip. Nope. Dang.
So, yeah.
He was going for it. He was going for it. I think it really would have taken a lot for him to try and upset Colby with those 2 solid runs, but I'm excited to see what Colby does in the final.
Yeah, so
walking the plank.
It's going to be crazy. I mean, him and Alex and Tucker have all been skiing so consistently out here tonight. I mean, they're all going to. So a 90 for Colby. So he's into the 90s as well. So again, monster scores right there. But, you know, shout out to Sam. They're making it out there in that number 2 spot in that opening heat there. It's a tough battle out here for having to put down 2 runs. So now we get into that 3rd and final round there. These guys are all assured podium spots here between Alex Hall, Tucker Fitzsimons, and Colby Stevenson. It's just a matter of who's coming out top dog here in ski super street style here for Dew Tour 2023. Let's send it down one more time with Mr. Chris Cote.
Yo, thank you, Colby. All right, it all comes down to this. Did you save anything for these final 2 runs?
I got some stuff to add for sure. Hopefully I can do it.
I know you're in a hurry to get back up there. Good luck. You got 2 of the best riders in the world to go against. And let's give this crowd a show.
Let's get it!
So what do you think? Do we see more flips? Do we see anyone try to go for some of that pizza money here in the finals?
I think that
or in the final round.
I think that all we saw in that last round of the head-to-heads was that rodeo off of the wall ride.
So you got Alex Hall punching his ticket in the 3rd and final round first with that 88 flat. Then Tucker Fitzsimons in his matchup comes in with a 92 flat. And then Colby Stevenson gets his ticket into that final round with a 90 flat. So as I mentioned before, they're all going to be on the podium. It's just a matter of now which place on the podium they're going to stand when it's all said and done.
And again, those previous scores don't matter. They had to go through all of that just to get to this final round, but it's a clean slate now. They are all starting anew, and they have 2 runs to try and put the best one down.
Get out the dry erase board, everybody. Those scores are gone. It is a clean slate here going into this 3rd and final round. Who's walking out of here? The winner of men's ski super street style here at Copper 2023 Dew Tour. We are about to find out here. And we're not waiting around. We're getting right back into the action here, and Tucker is going to get us started here. So now we're back to best run that counts here, so we will see scores after the individual runs. So no more of the waiting game. So here we go. It comes down to these last couple of runs here. Tucker Fitzsimons. All 3 of these guys have skied very consistently out here tonight. This one's going to be close.
And I think that in a way the pressure is off. As you said, they know they're on the podium. That's got to be a big sigh of relief, but they are all so competitive. They want that win.
Yeah, you know you're getting on the stage, but you want that top spot.
For sure.
And then also, we're still handing out $2,500 worth of Papa John's pizza cash out here tonight as well. Don't forget about that.
I'm not forgetting about it. I haven't forgotten about it. I can't forget about it. It's all I think about. I don't think we're going to see it in this final round unless one of these guys falls. I can't imagine them adding it into one of the runs that they're already crafting, but you do never know.
Okay, so just waiting to get the thumbs up here from the sports and comp staff. So this is the final round of ski super street style for the men. We get to do this tomorrow for the women's field as well. So all right, street style, of course, getting a facelift here in 2023 with a lot of added features. So here we go. It's Tucker Fitzsimons starting it off.
Right side 270, pretzel 270. There's the left side 450 to forward. Big disaster. Front side 270 out. And the switch 270 on to switch. Not quite as technical as what he did in the previous rounds, but a smooth, solid run. Some big technical tricks at the top. It's going to be a good score. It's not going to be, I don't think, his highest score of the night, but he put it down.
Take another look from the top down here for his first attempt.
So spinning both ways on those top 2 features. And getting the entire rail on that down one, not down bar, but just carrying more speed than I think he was anticipating into that disaster.
Yeah, definitely looks to be coming in a little faster than what we saw in previous rounds. So an 80 flat for him right there. So kind of in the neighborhood of where he was there in his opening heat in round 1. But again, we're back to best run that counts here in this round here before we crown a champion. We're getting ready to take our first look this round at Alex Hall.
Here's Alex.
And Alex also potentially having kind of a bobble on that first feature. That wasn't quite what he was hoping for. And there he goes for the nose over transfer into the nose over backside switch up transfer. Having a little bit of an issue. Not quite executing the way I think he was hoping to, but he's got another run, and I think that it's
we kind of know what he's going for now, so that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, a little bit of a slip up there. We'll have to take another look here, and Gus, talk us through what happened here.
So on this one, he was doing an additional rotation before. I think maybe he held it out because he's going for a bigger trick here, doing the nose over transfer, and then doing a switch-up transfer. So technical. I mean, that third rail is shorter than the middle one, so he's not giving himself a whole lot of time to make that transfer happen, and just kind of got caught up. But I do think he'll put it down this next round, and I'm excited to see it because that is a crazy technical trick.
So again, just to recap, we are back to the best run format here. We're still working off the 100-point scale, so Alex will settle for a 61 here this go-around. So Tucker Fitzsimons stays in the top spot for now. But here we go with Colby Stevenson, who has been extremely consistent out here tonight.
So consistent coming into this waterfall feature. I don't know if I've said it every time, but I'm pretty sure I have. I love that first trick. And there we see the blindside 360 switch up on the transfer, 270 out. There's the right side 450, pretzel 270. That's stepping up that feature from what we saw before. And then switch on, frontside switch up, pretzel 270 out. That is...
Oh, he's fired up at the end of that one.
That's the best run we've seen from Colby tonight, and he was putting down some pretty heavy scores, so I think that's going to be... It's going to be pretty up there. He spins both ways. This is the switch left 270 on that crazy waterfall feature with a pretzel 450 out. Love that blind 360 switch up on the transfer. Here he's spinning to the right 450 and then comes into the bottom doing a switch on, frontside switch up on that transfer, pretzel 270. Getting that pretzel 270 on that right side 450 is an upgrade from what we've seen him do in previous runs on that down rail. So I can't imagine that not being a huge score.
So into the 90s again. He had a 90 flat in the last go around, so a 92.66 to put him in the top spot.
Am I good? All right.
And now we're back up to the top of the start order. Tucker Fitzsimons, second and final run.
Yeah, this is it. You only get 2 attempts at it here. Again, it is the best run that counts here in this round. Can Tucker Fitzsimons get it done here?
Well, starting out strong, did the pretzel 450 on that first right side 270, which is an improvement for him also. And then coming to this last rail, 450 pretzel 270, looking really smooth. That is what he needed to do. That was a solid, solid run. He's got some fans.
I mean, he's had some support out there the entire time. I mean,
he's got like big bobbleheads.
They got the fathead signs out there in the corral.
So there, that right side 270 pretzel 450 it's really technical on that top feature. There's the switch left 2, back 2, a little bit more of a stock trick, and that big transfer with the back 2, also maybe a little more stock, but it is a really big feature. And then getting the 450 pretzel 270 on this flat down, and he did it really clean. The landing is just effortless.
We're gonna take.
We're taking another look at it.
Entire run from top to bottom here.
I don't know. I mean, for me, it's going to be personal preference. I think that Colby's run was more technical, but it's a judged sport, so it can go any which way. It depends on what specific thing they're looking at, if it's focused more on technicality or what it is. But
so at 89.33, so close to the 90s, but not enough to overtake that top spot.
Yeah, I think that's what I would have given it. It was a really, really solid run, but I just didn't quite have the edge that Colby's had.
It's the beauty of being in this chair. You can speculate, but then you don't have to hold your feet to the fire.
No, and then I'm right, and I look like a genius.
Exactly.
But if I'm wrong, I'm like, you know what? I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's an opinion.
I'm drunk.
So here we go, taking a second and final look here at Alex Hall. Alex sitting down there in that number 3 spot with a 61 flat, trying to bump it up here in his last attempt.
Getting that last rail, putting a little speed check in there, doing the switch, lip slide 270, continuing 4 out, and then switch on, front swap. Oh no. And I don't think that's going to do it with coming off of the rail early.
I think we're looking at a victory lap here, Gus.
Yeah, I think so too. Unfortunately, Alex not quite able to link it the way he wanted to, coming off that rail a little early. Not going to be an improvement, or it might be an improvement. It's going to be an improvement, but
silver linings.
But
the glass is half full here.
It's not going to be enough to challenge Tucker Fitzsimons or Colby Stevenson.
So that means this gentleman right here is going to get to wrap the party up out here tonight with a victory lap. He's the last skier to go. He sits in the top spot with a 92.66, so about to send this one home for all the fans out here under the lights tonight.
And Colby, I know you got music in those headphones and you're not listening to me, but if you are, it's a victory lap. Go for that Papa John's money. This could be a clean sweep.
It's the bonus. It's like an extra topping on your night, sir.
It's true.
Let's go, Colby.
Good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he didn't hear any
He
of that.
didn't hear any of it. He didn't hear
He's
it.
in his own world right now. Maybe he'll appreciate this later on when he rewatches it. He's like, oh yeah, those guys were trying to get me a, some extra walking home cash there.
Just trying to hook him up with some
You're
money.
just trying to help, Gus.
Looks like he's doing the same run again, potentially. Maybe changing it up down here. Ow, that doesn't feel good.
Just getting a little tossed at the end right there. That's okay. It's the best run that counts, so
the kid is a tank.
He's got this one in the bag right there by virtue of that 92.66. That one stung a little bit. You can see when he takes the lid off right there, he's like, yeah.
It did, but you got to respect the send. I mean, he was going for a victory lap. He didn't need to do anything, and he was trying to put down the same run again, cleaner, or maybe he was even going to step it up at the bottom. And I love that. You got to respect that.
I mean, it's been a great night. I mean, I love this format. I love all the different features that we've had out here. We've talked about it a lot out here tonight, but it's worth saying again, just like the way that these courses have evolved in the history of this event here at the Dew Tour. And just, this one was awesome. It gets better every single year, but there you go. Colby Stevenson, your winner, followed by Tucker Fitzsimons and Alex Hall, rounding out the podium out here tonight. So one more time, let's check in with Mr. Cote.
What a final. The fans stayed out, they stayed up, and these riders put on a show. It's gonna go from left to right here, starting with you, Tucker. Tucker, you got the crew behind you. You made them proud tonight. Dew Tour, what a show.
I'm stoked. Really stoked to make it into the finals and then to put down a solid run. It was the best run I did out of all the practice all day, so I'm stoked. Really stoked to have my family, my friends here. Yeah, this is a great event. I'm super stoked.
Heck yeah, I think we're all really stoked on that. I see you guys looking up there, watching the work that you just did, and I see the joy in your face. This is what competitive skiing is all about.
It is. Wish I could have put one down at the end, but so hyped for the homies. They threw down, and stoked to be on the podium with them.
Colby, you told us. You told everybody you had something saved up for the final. You nailed it. Unfortunate, that last little stinger at the end. But with pain comes the joy of being the champion. Congratulations, our Dew Tour champion.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Nothing comes without a little pain and struggle sometimes, I'll tell you that.
Well, we're going to make this official with an award ceremony. Let's hear it one more time for these warriors out here. That was insane. We will be right back with our awards presentation.
Yeah, you could tell just by his body language there, like that one stung him a little bit in the end there.
For
That's
sure.
a tough one to take on a victory lap too right there. But you know what, going back to what you said, I mean, I applaud the effort.
Yeah,
I mean,
me
you
too.
know you got it in the bag and you're still going for it.
He didn't need to do it, but he was doing it, and I think that is super impressive. So kudos to him. Took a little slam, but I think he's okay. And
well, while we're waiting to get the awards ceremony set up here, let's take a look back at how we got here.
So there Colby is on that waterfall feature. The switch left 270, pretzel 450, left side 360 switch up on that transfer. There's the right side 450, pretzel 270, and coming into that last transfer rail, switch on, front swap, pretzel 2, super clean. And that's what I'm talking about. He didn't even need to do another run. He was still going for it. Here's Alex's third place run. No, it wasn't quite what he was looking for, but this transfer feature right here, going over not once but twice and doing a backside switch up, is so impressive. Unfortunately, just not quite getting it together on this very last rail feature.
Yeah, you know, and just for the journey for these guys to all get to this point as well. I mean, it was it was a mighty task to get through, you know, the opening heats, and then you had to go into the head-to-head round right there. So hats off to all these guys just getting to this point.
Yeah, and here's Tucker Fitzsimon's run. I actually don't think that this was his winning run. It wasn't. He had another run that was a higher score where he did the pretzel 450 on the top rail and got the pretzel on the bottom flat down. But that was one of his many solid performances. And it was good to know, too, that the people at the bottom were friends and family. I wasn't sure if maybe he was going to have a restraining order because there was a lot of
the super fan zone?
Yeah.
A restraining order.
He's like, I don't know any of these people.
You know, he wins the fan zone award for the night. You know, he put in the work. He got the family out here. He had the best support crew out there in the corral area. So we still got to hand out some pizza award cash money here, Gus.
Oh, please tell me, is this what it is? The rodeo off the walls? You getting the Papa John's money?
Is it Edward Terrio? It is.
Oh, Jonathan, Daddy, Father, coming through with the paycheck. Daddy's plastic.
Is going to take home a little slice of USA cold hard cash, courtesy of our friends over at Papa John's for the Papa John's Best Flip of the Night award.
Yeah, and he's Canadian. That's going to be even more when he converts it.
What is the current exchange rate right now? I should know this. I was just up in Calgary.
I don't know.
I should know better.
I could be wrong. Maybe the Canadian dollar is stronger. I have no idea.
I wasn't told there was going to be math tonight. I was just trying to be funny, and now it backfired because here we are on camera, and people are like, yeah, what is the exchange rate, Jimmy?
Well, and everyone's looking at you.
I know. It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's close.
Anyways, I'm going to deflect right now. I mean, I was surprised we didn't see a lot more people trying to go for that cash. You were giving the advice out all night long.
I was. I mean, I think the biggest mistake that I saw tonight was that people were listening to music and not listening to us. Which is crazy. I don't know, maybe they're trying to focus or something. But had they been listening to us, they would have known about the Papa John's money.
That it was still up for grabs.
It was still up for grabs. Eduard did it. I loved that rodeo off the wall ride. I think that was a deserving pizza fund recipient.
So $2,500 to Mr. Terrio to take home back to Canada. So we've got another day of action still to come out here from Copper Mountain. We've got men's snowboard superpipe kicking off. All these times are Mountain Standard Time, by the way. You can do the math for wherever you live in your part of the country. Ski and snowboard high air best trick cash jam. We're going to run the skiers and the snowboarders together in the superpipe. That one's kicking off at 1:30. Then we're back under the lights. We get to do this all over again, Gus. It's women's ski super street style, and then capping off the action, it's men's snowboard super street style. So it's another big party out here at Copper Mountain.
Love it.
Well, it's about that time. We're getting word they're set up down there, so let's send it down one more time to Mr. Chris Cote with our awards presentation.
Thank you, team. All right, let's do this. To present the awards, we want to welcome Skylar Wilder and Dane Barry from Nixon. We're going to start things off with our Papa John's Flip It. Who's the flipping winner of this one? Eddie, walking home with $2,500. Congratulations. Skylar and Dane, do you have the trophies ready? All right, Team Nixon is on it. In third place, let's hear it for Alex Hall. Give it up. We got the diehard fans still out here on the mountain. This guy had the crowd behind him all night long. In second place, let's hear it for Tucker Fitzsimmons. And your 2023 Dew Tour champion, let's hear it for Colby Stevenson! Get your photos, post them on the gram. Like my mom says, put them in the Facebook. All right, let's keep Copper Mountain beautiful. Pick up your trash. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll be back first thing tomorrow morning more action live from Copper Mountain Dew Tour 2023.
That's a wrap for us here under the lights. What an epic way to wrap up competition here on a Saturday night. A big thanks once again to Mixmaster Mike for the performance that he put on out here and keeping the fans fired up out here. That is a wrap for day one. We've still got day two still to come tomorrow. For more on scheduling and some highlights, don't forget you can always log on to dewtour.com. I'm Jimmy Coleman on behalf of myself, Gus Kenworthy, Chris Cote, all of our sponsors, and all of our hard-working crew out here. We thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow right here at noon Mountain Standard Time.